Something had to give last Sunday in Philadelphia when two winning streaks collided. It was the fourth lowest scoring game of the year in the National Football League, and the Eagles tied their all-time record for sacking the quarterback. The amazing Claude Humphrey, the veteran, was in on some of those sacks, 3 of them. It was maybe the best defensive game the Eagles have played this year, and they'll need that rush in the quarterback against the aerial-minded San Diego Chargers, who are trying to get more of a running game with Big Chuck Muncie. Since he came over here from New Orleans, he's averaged nearly 80 yards a game running in a San Diego uniform. Just a perfect day for football. From the San Diego Stadium, it's the NFL on CBS. Today, the winningest team in the NFL, the Eagles, against the homestanding San Diego Chargers. Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Gowdy with Hank Strand. Dick Vermeil said the effort by the Eagles last week was the best any defense of his has ever played, and he said, that's my kind of football. He is a tough leader, conducts the longest practices in the National Football League, but he has the players respecting him and caring for him. They really have a disciplined club, Clank.
Yeah, he leads with a velvet hammer kind of a discipline, and it's very effective and has done a great job, which is very obvious. San Diego, on the other hand, Curtis, a very outstanding football team. A lot of talent. They come after you with a lot of different things. One of the keys to the game is Kellen Winslow, who has come into the game with 66 catches. He comes at you from a variety of places. I talked to him before the game, and this is what he had to say.
What makes the defenses have to work a little bit harder during the week? They don't know where I'm going to be at. They have to, you know, get ready for Kellen Winslow here, Kellen Winslow there, Kellen Winslow there. Because we do different things from different spots when I move around. So it makes them work a little harder. It's a little pressure on them.
Number 1, Tony Franklin.
The Eagles will kick off. The San Diego Chargers will receive. That's Tony Franklin. They've been concerned about his kickoffs. He's been kicking to about the 10-yard line. And the Chargers are spreading out. And notice the Charger kick return men are on the 10-yard line. So they've been doing their scouting. In the middle for the Chargers is number 84, Ron Smith. Hank Bow on the far side. Mike Fuller on the near side. No breeze at all. The wind is in no factor as we start the game. And here's the kick. And this one is coming right at the 12. Smith up to the 20, 25, finds an opening, gets to the 32, and he's dropped down there at the 32-yard line. Well, let's set the Chargers up now offensively for you. That's the offensive line. And it's a good one. They block well for Fouts. They're the receivers, the best in football. 3 of them lead their conference in the number of catches and the number of yards, with the running backs. Mike Thomas starting in place of Clarence Williams.
Watch Winslow. He likes to move in motion. He'll do it a lot. Maybe he won't on this very first play, but they throw the ball.
And they're going to throw the bomb to Jefferson. He's there. He's got it. A pump fake. A pump fake by Fouts. Jefferson faked a button hook and then had his man slowed down on a change of pace and blew right by him.
They go right after the rookie on the very first play of the game. He pumps and sends him deep. Roynell Young, the defensive corner, they lick him by a large margin. Jefferson makes the catch over the shoulder, and they start the game with a bang with a forward pass.
The play went for 52 yards. Jefferson now has over 1,000 yards in receiving this year. There's Mike Thomas. Thomas being hemmed in, and he makes a yard to the 15. He's tackled by Brenard Wilson, the safety man. Let's take a look at the Eagle defense, number 1 in the NFL.
Yeah, the defensive right end, Hairston, is really playing great, and also Johnson, but there's a very fine front 3. Bunning, you have to talk about all 4 of them. They're exciting. Jerry Robinson is an extremely good linebacker. The defensive backs, Herman Edwards is the most consistent of the defensive 4.
And Roynell Young, the rookie, has had a great year. Fouts, Mike Thomas behind him, 2nd and 9. Fouts will throw. Lobs it out there to Winslow. Touchdown. Touchdown to Kellen Winslow.
I talked about Winslow before the game, but they had a mismatch that time. They had Winslow They want to work on Logan. They want Winslow to cover Logan in a variety of ways. They talk about Winslow being a tight end, but he's more like a flanker, and he licks Logan very easily on the play, and it's a touchdown for the San Diego Chargers.
Didn't take them long. 3 plays, 68 yards. The first play from scrimmage was the key play, 52-yard pass to Jefferson. Uh-oh, they're in trouble, and they blew the extra point. The Chargers blew the point. The snap was fumbled by the holder, Mike Fuller. They couldn't get it off. So we're going to be back now with the San Diego kickoff right after this. In his first 3 seasons, when he caught that 52-yard pass from Dan Fouts, he went over the 1,000-yard mark. 2 other receivers, Winslow, who just caught the touchdown, and the other wide man, Joyner, will be going over 1,000 yards this year. A rarity to have 3 receivers on one team over 1,000 yards in the season. Bernarski's kickoff. It's a high one. And it's taken there by Harrington. Fights his way up to the 25, and he's to the 29-yard line. And he's hit down there by Carl McGee, a reserve linebacker. On the offensive line, there is the way the Eagles will line up.
Well, Stan Wallers is a very outstanding tackle. They've done a good job of pass blocking for their fine quarterback, Jaworski. Outside receivers and runners, Montgomery, everybody knows about what a great player he is. Carmichael is excellent. And Prefley is a very outstanding tight end who doesn't have great speed, but really comes after you with all he's got. Jaworski, one of the fine quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Second-ranking quarterback in the league, next to Brian Sykes with the Cleveland Browns. First down, the Eagles on their 30.
They want to get outside as much as they can, Kurt.
They don't that time. They bang Montgomery, Wilbert Montgomery, who's missed 4.5 games this year, but has still picked up 590 yards. Here's the San Diego defense.
Big, strong defensive line. Kelcher is outstanding, and Johnson is also. Dean rushes the passer as well as anybody in the game. The linebacker, you have to say that Bob Horn is the outstanding of the threesome. They use a 4-3 alignment. On defense, you have to talk about Willie Buchanan as an outstanding defensive back who occupies the left corner position for the San Diego Chargers.
Second down, 9. The pitch to Montgomery. He's at the 35 and spins forward to his 39-yard line. He'll be a yard short of a first down. Be third down and a yard to go for Wilbert Montgomery, a very gifted running back, a number 6 draft pick. His secret, Hank, is quick acceleration.
Yeah, he's got great running ability. That's his secret. But I think that, as I mentioned a minute ago, that the Philadelphia Eagles will try to run outside a great deal here today, because I don't think they feel that the cornerbacks force as well as some of the other people in the league. And the last play was an indication of that lack of ability on the corner.
Harris and Hogan are the running backs. Third down and a yard to go. That's Leroy Harris. First down for Harris. He's out of bounds on his 43-yard line. Leroy Harris, Arkansas State, 4th year, used to be with the Miami Dolphins.
You know, he did a good job that time. He was supposed to go off tackle, saw it was plugged, jumped to the outside, and picked up the necessary yardage for the first down. Here, watch the handoff. Jaworski handing off to Harris on a reverse pivot. A very fine block by the lead back. He goes into the outside pile and picks up the necessary yardage for the first down.
Montgomery's back in. Ron Jaworski tops in the conference as a ranking for a quarterback. He's hit 58% of his passes, 23 touchdowns. Play action. Screen pass to Montgomery. And they've got him there. Montgomery is brought down by number 55, Bob Horn, the middle linebacker.
Bob Horn, the middle linebacker, really did a fantastic. There he is, 55. He reads the fake. It was not a very good fake. Then he throws a screen out to the left side, and watch 55 Horn make his read, carry out his responsibility, and make a fine open field tackle on Wilbert Montgomery. You know, one of the other things important here today is the fact that the Chargers use a bump and run, and they're not going to permit the outside receivers to get off the line of scrimmage without getting some kind of a shot. It's going to be very important in this passing game.
Second down, 12. Another fake by Jaworski. It's out to Carmichael. Can't get it. Looked like a little bump there, but the official said no, he was going for. Here are 3 final scores coming up. The Cardinals defeated the Giants 23-7. Atlanta had to struggle to down the Redskins 10-6. And Pittsburgh, the Steelers beat the Dolphins 23-10, setting up their meeting with Houston on Thursday.
You know, Carmichael is a very outstanding receiver, but he's tall and rangy, as everybody knows, and so it's very difficult for him to change course. Once you get a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, they're trying to contain him, and that's going to be, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a tough task to get the ball to him as well as they've done it in preceding games.
3 wide receivers in. Rodney Parker replacing the tight end Trefley. 3rd and 12 for the Eagles. He's got the time. He gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery is short of the first down. He'll go down on the 50-yard line. It'll be 4th and 4, and the Eagle punting team will be coming on. Cliff Thrift, T-H-R-I-F-T, a reserve linebacker, made that stop on Montgomery. Max Runninger's in the punt. He's averaged 38.3 a punt. And Mike Fuller, who's up among the leaders in punt returns, will be the safety man. Runninger's kick. A beauty, a towering spiral that is bouncing in for the touchback. Chargers ball on their 20-yard line, 1st down. Well, we'll see if they move the ball the way they did the first time when they went 68 to 3 plays for a score, and we'll be back. When Fouts threw the touchdown pass to Winslow, it gave him 27 on the year, tying him with John Hadle for the Chargers club record. Fouts leads the National Football League in touchdown passes this year. 1st down, San Diego on the 20. He goes right to the air again. Out to Mike Thomas. Thomas breaks away from a couple of men and on his own picks up 5 yards before being dragged down by Frank LeMaster.
See, the key to this offense is movement by design. And the other thing is very important. Fouts goes back into the pocket with a 5-step drop, which means he goes back about 7 yards, and for the reason it's very, very difficult to rush him, especially to the outside. Any rush that you give Fouts must come from the middle.
Now they're in a slot right on 2nd and 5 from their 25. There goes Jefferson in motion. That's Thomas. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage by the nose tackle Charlie Johnson, 4-year veteran out of Colorado. Chuck Muncie did not start this game. He had a viral infection in his throat, and he'll play, but not sure that he can go too long. On the 26 of San Diego, 3rd and 4.
As I mentioned to Chuck before the game, Kurt, he's not going to run on his throat. Legs are all right. He'll play.
Rod Humphrey's in there now, the veteran pass rusher. And the 1st down, Charlie Joyner caught the ball over the middle. He caught 72 passes last year at age 32, the oldest man to ever catch that many, and he now has 59 this year.
You talk about a fast break offense. That's exactly what this is. They throw the ball all over the place. They use the 53 and the 3rd yards extremely well. They stretch it vertically and horizontally, and they really do a fantastic job of throwing the football. And the worst thing about it is, when you play against them, it's hard to get to the quarterback.
6-0, San Diego leading. 8:55 to go in the 1st period. Outs again. There it is to the tight end Winslow, out of bounds. #1 draft pick last year from Missouri, racked up, injured the last part of the season. What a young tight end he is. He could be a wide receiver, Hank.
Well, that's what he is. That's why they use him in so many different positions. This time he's nothing more than a flanker on the outside. But the great thing about it is they want to work on Logan. They get one-on-one on Winslow, and it's a very tough match because Logan likes to play the strong safety, is an excellent strong safety, but it's tough for him to play the corner one-on-one.
He'll go by Mike Ditka this year as the all-time pass receiving tight end in one season. Mike Thomas 1st down as he surges into Eagle territory to the Eagle 47, where he is wrapped up by Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle.
Here's a defensive back, and they got people in motion, and it's very distracting. You really have to maintain a high level of concentration because of all the movement. And if you're not careful, it's very easy for linebackers and defensive backs to watch people go in motion, and the ball is snapped at the proper time, so you have a difficult time recovering.
Two of the top teams in the National Football League, Peter.
Now watch Jefferson go in motion to the left. There he goes.
First down. Chargers from the Eagle 47. Fouts spins it out to Winslow. Winslow out of bounds. And right now, Fouts is picking that Eagle secondary apart. Frank LeMaster, the linebacker, trying to cover Winslow, and he's not doing it right now.
I got news for you, Kurt. That not many times you're going to be able to do that if he's got time enough to throw the football. And watch the way he catches the ball out in front in his hands. Very soft hands. Excellent receiver. And it's hard to cover everybody if you don't get a good pass rush.
He now has 69 passes. He needs 6 more catches to tie Mike Ditka for the all-time record in 1 year. That's Thomas. Thomas bumped down at the 20-yard line. Right now, the Chargers, Hank, are getting off the ball. Here's some more scores coming in. Vikings lead the Saints 23-6, third quarter. Now the Saints just scored to make it 23-13. 13-10, Tampa Bay over the Green Bay Packers in the fourth period. And the Colts lead the Bills 21-17 in the third.
Watch somebody come in motion to the right. Here he comes. This is Jefferson.
There it is. Jefferson hooked and goes down on the 12. Roynell Young is on top of him.
Roynell Young is an excellent young defensive back, but he's really going to get a good workout here this afternoon because of the variety of things they're going to throw at him. This time they throw in front, one-on-one with Jefferson. You see Roynell Young coming into the picture, but it's way too late. And another first down for the San Diego Chargers.
Dan Fouts has hit 7 out of 7. 1 touchdown, 122 yards. He's been perfect. Thomas running over the 10, down to the 8. John Bunning, the left linebacker, outside, made that stop.
Winslow that time was on the wing, did a good job of blocking at the point of attack on an outside play. In case people are not aware, Winslow is 6'6", 252. He's like a loose tackle, but runs like a flanker. He's 22 years old, second-year pro from the University of Missouri, and he's really something special.
There's Jefferson with the goggles. He scratched his eye his rookie season. They told him if he scratched the retina again, he'd lose his eyesight, so he's worn goggles ever since. Flag pattern incomplete. First time that Fouts has missed. Fouts to Joyner, and Joyner thought he was bumped by Herm Edwards, but the officials say no.
Yeah, he had one-on-one with Herman Edwards. They run a slant pass. He goes down and breaks to the inside. It's a time pattern, 3-step drop. Throws a little bit out in front. The coverage was very good, but had he thrown it perfectly, it would have been a completed pass.
Clyde Humphrey goes in to rush the passer. Ken Clark's in there. Harrison moves from end to tackle. It's third down, 6 to go. San Diego on the Eagle 8-yard line. 5 secondary backs in. Fouts, they get to him that time. There's a rush. 71, Ken Clark got to him first, and Carl Hairston right in.
That's what they have to do. That's the best pass defense in the world. You must get to Fouts, or else he's going to shoot your eyes out. And Ken Clark really did a super job on the last play.
Well, we'll have the field goal tried by Bernarski. Mike Fuller will hold, but Bernarski's hit 16 out of 27. Under 40 yards, he's 9 out of 13. This is a 35-yard attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Not a pretty end-over-end kick. It wobbled through, but it got between the uprights, and that's all Bernarski cares about. So the Chargers are taking it to the Eagles. 5:34 to go in the first period, and the score 9-0 San Diego. Wild fans here. Charger power. Here is Bernarski to kick off. Diamona, Campfield, and Harrington are deep. Campfield waiting for it on the 6, 15, 20. Bilden goes down over 29. And he's hit by 32. Going down there, Hank Bauer. Amazing thing. Browns and Oilers, 7-0. Browns over the Oilers in the first period. Well, the Eagles haven't done a thing so far. 49ers over the Patriots, 7-0 in the first period. And Rams at Anaheim against the Jets, 7-0. And an update. Look at that. Saints coming back now, 23-20. Vikings in the fourth period. Doesn't look like anyone wants to win that Central Division in the NFL.
No, that's what John McKay said, and I think he's right.
First down, Philadelphia.
They'll try to maybe run outside right if they run the ball here. There you go.
Wilbert Montgomery. Montgomery hit down the 28-yard line.
That time they had a slot to the left and try to run away from the slot. The slot meaning, of course, that they have Carmichael on the left side along with Smith, both on the left side. They run right back to Krefley's side, but the defense of the San Diego Chargers responded very, very well to the sweep, and they made just 5 yards on a play, which is good on 1st and 10.
Second down, 5. The Eagles ball in the 28. San Diego ahead 9-0. 4:45 to go in the first period. Jaworski will throw it. Maybe. They get to him. This club leads the National Football League in sacks with 45. And that was Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson in there on the quarterback.
The reason they had trouble that time, they were trying to get the ball to Carmichael on the outside. They were in bump and run. Buchanan played him tight all the way. He had no chance to throw the ball to him without getting in trouble. In the meantime, they got a severe rush, and that's why he had to eat the football. But they're going to have a problem trying to the outside people the way the San Diego Chargers like to employ the bump and run and double coverage on the outside receivers.
It is third down. 8 to go. They have 3 wide receivers on the field. Billy Canfield's in the back. Big blitz on Montgomery. 25-30. Keeps going. First down. 40. Look at him go. Wilbert Montgomery down on the 42 or 43-yard line. Excellent run by Montgomery, who had a knee injury, a groin injury, missed 4.5 games. They wouldn't let him come back until he was really ready again.
They flooded the area on the left side. Jaworski did a good job of delivering the ball right on the numbers. A screen to the outside. Montgomery does a good job of running. Watch Carmichael, 17, throws a beautiful block downfield that provides Montgomery with an opportunity to cut inside and make a big gain on the play.
Smith to the right, Carmichael to the left. First down, Eagles on their 43. 3.5 to go in the first period. 9-0 San Diego. Montgomery again. Gets outside. Boy, he just powered his way over his own people and Chargers as well. He pushed Glenn Edwards out of the way, the safety man. They finally knocked him out of bounds in San Diego territory at the San Diego 47. It'll be a first down.
Watch his run to the outside, gets around there very quickly. And one of the keys to the success of the play was the fact that Guy Morris, number 50, blocked the middle linebacker Bob Horn, and that was one of the keys to the success of that play.
Telecast presented by Authority to NFL, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Chargers and the National Football League prohibited. Packers go ahead of the book, 17-13. Roll out, little quick toss, complete to Krefley, the tight end, and he has a first down at the San Diego Chargers 35. A neat-looking play, a little rollout, and the tight end crossing over with him, Hank.
It was a bootleg play where the backs go one way and the quarterback goes another. He had containment to stop quickly, got the ball to Krefley, who makes a fine catch, and they move the ball in good shape. I think as the game goes along, we're going to find that the way the coverage is, Kurt, they're going to have to throw the ball more to the tight end and also to the running backs, because it's going to be tough to get the ball to the outside receivers the way they're playing defensively.
Now the Eagles are in their best drive of the game. They have a first down on the San Diego 35. Montgomery cuts. He's racked up at the 32-yard line, and he's hit there by Bob Horn and Woodrow Lowe. And they can't afford to lose him.
Bob Horn, the middle linebacker, look at him. Nobody blocks him. He reads the play perfectly, does not over-pursue, and makes a good play. One of the things that's so important when you play against a team that uses the I formation as much as Philadelphia, you make sure that you don't overrun by pursuing too much, and that's exactly what he didn't do that time. Horn did a great job.
2 tight ends in. Leo Giamona replaced Montgomery. Presley in motion. Blitz on, and he threw the ball away. Trying to get out to Giamona, and they're really coming at Jaworski, facing a furious rush. They had that big front four coming at him along with the blitzer. Bengals and Chiefs, Cincinnati now 13-3 in the fourth.
One of the other things, I hope we can get a picture of it as we go along, but they're really containing Carmichael on the line of scrimmage. As big, as tall as he is, if you try to detain him, it's hard for him to get around the defensive back, specifically Willie Buchanan on that last play. They have to throw the ball to the tight end of the backs, Kurt, to move the ball efficiently on passing situations.
Wide receiver Parker's in. Jaworski throws, and it's no good. Broken up by number 51, Woodrow Lowe. Just as the ball got to the receiver, Lowe went for the ball, hit him, and jarred it loose. And Jaworski was decked as he was passing, trying to get the ball to Giamona.
Yes, and that's what he has to do. He's got to set up quickly and throw the ball to the backs, getting a lot of pressure. There you see Dean, number 71, who is a really outstanding pass rusher, get pressure on the quarterback, Jaworski.
Tony Franklin's going to try a 49-yard field goal. The barefooted kicker has hit 12 out of 19 this year, 2 out of 7 over 40 yards. 49-yard attempt. His kick is up, and it is hit the upright. Just missed it, hit the left upright. And the Charger fans roar and wave their gold banners.
Here's the kick. Plenty of room. Fades off to the left, hits the upright, and bounces back. No good.
Both these clubs are near the top in yards play. San Diego's second in the league. They've averaged 5.5 yards per play. The Eagles run third at 5.49 yards per play.
Winslow on Logan again. This time they'll go deep.
Fake right down the middle. Broken up by number 43, Roydell Young, the #1 draft pick of the Eagles, who's played like a #1 pick all year at the corner, and he just slapped that ball away from Jefferson.
Yes, he faked outside like it was going to be the screen to Winslow, threw right down the middle, and the young defensive back really did a good job on the play.
Well, he covered Bob Chandler last week and held him to 1 reception. Now he's trying to cover John Jefferson. He's on Joyner right now.
Now watch Jefferson go in motion left. There he goes.
Second down, 10. Chargers run the draw play. Give it to Mike Thomas, and he goes down to the turf at the 34-yard line. Hit by Ken Clark, who's down the middle of that Eagle line right now. Dan Fouts, 7 out of 9, leads the league in touchdown passes. 5 300-yard games this year.
Now they come in with 5 defensive backs. Talking about the Eagles. The last time they had 5 defensive backs, they threw a successful pass and kept the ball alive, throwing it to Joyner.
3rd and 7. Winslow now is a wide receiver. They're all scattered out. A little short one to Thomas. They bring him down short of the first down at the 38-yard line, and the Chargers will have to kick for the first time in the game, as the first quarter will have to kick for the first one in. Reggie Wilkes and Frank LeMaster made the last stop. So an interesting first quarter with a score of the San Diego Chargers 9 and the Philadelphia Eagles nothing.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Honda. We're kicking off our season with an all-pro lineup of cars. Honda, we make it simple. And by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Kurt Gowdy and Hank Stram, second period, 4th down. San Diego will kick. San Diego had 126 yards passing to just 36 for the Eagles and dominated the first quarter. Although the Eagles were coming on with their defense at the end of the quarter. A wobbly spiral. On the 20. To the 30.
He got a good return.
45, and he stopped on the 50-yard line. John Shira, who used to play for Vermeil as a quarterback at UCLA. Russell Booker brought him down. What blocking he had on that right side.
He had a wall set up on the right side. The picket fence was there. He spotted it quickly, made a quick decision, and did an excellent job of taking advantage of what he saw. You don't see the wall set up, but it is there. You see some blocks, but he gets the most out of the play and came very close to breaking it big on the kickoff return.
That is his longest return of the season, nearly 30 yards. First down, Eagles on the 50-yard line.
If they run, they might run here to the right side.
They're going to pass to Charlie Smith. He goes to the 45 and down to the 41 of San Diego. Charles Smith, the Grambling, who had just caught his 33rd pass. He took some heat off Carmichael this year as he came to the front with some pass receiving. Fuller and Dean brought him down.
Watch. There you see the bump and run on Carmichael. They get one shot within the framework of the 5-yard area. Very difficult for Carmichael to get off the line of scrimmage if they continue to play that kind of defense. They're going to have to get the ball to other people.
Hank, the fans saw the second hit, but they'd already thrown the ball. Once the ball's released, they can do anything. Leroy Harris for a first down, knifing over his left guard. And the Eagles have the ball on the San Diego 37-yard line.
One thing for sure, Philadelphia is a fine football team. They're not going to panic. They're going to continue to do what they felt they could do going into the football game. They have to run the ball. They have to keep it away from the San Diego Chargers. This is what they feel they have to do. They're doing a good job of doing exactly that at this particular stage of the game.
Eagles ball, Chargers 37. Montgomery in motion. To Montgomery. And he's surrounded, and he goes down on the 36-yard line of San Diego, hit by big Louis Kelcher. Kelcher putting a rush on.
Lasovich, the linebacker that time, really did a good job of responding. He's the one that slowed up the play and made it possible for the other people to come in and help out.
Now they say he really went down to the 37, so it's 2nd and 10. Harris is out. Spagnola comes in to join Keith Prefley as the second tight end. They haven't got the ball to Carmichael yet. 2nd down, 10.
And they're going to have a hard time doing it the way they're playing defensively, but the other people should be open.
Good rush on him. He's going to run it. Throws on the run. He may have been... Well, he wasn't quite over the line of scrimmage. Leroy Jones putting a furious rush on Jaworski. He's been under pressure right since the opening of the game.
He was running for his life again. He was looking to hit Carmichael, but they bumped and run him again. He didn't have a chance. Runs to the outside, and then suddenly sees Krefley downfield and Carmichael. Both of them were very close to each other, and one BB would have got both of them.
Campfield comes in the backfield. Excellent pass receiver or running back on 3rd downs. Krefley's out. Spagnola's out. And Parker's in. Rodney Parker. 3 wide receivers now. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. From the Chargers, 37. 9-0. San Diego ahead early in the 2nd period. Fumble. Louis Kelcher on that ball. Number 74. There's the first turnover. And it's marked against the Eagles. Louis Kelcher, 282.
You know, it's amazing, Kurt. The last time we saw them play against the New Orleans Saints, they did that 3 times in a game, and here they do it again here. It's amazing that they would do that this late in the season between a quarterback and a center.
We'll be back at San Diego Stadium with the score. San Diego 9, Philadelphia nothing. There must be something wrong with Carl Hairston. He's not on the field. Humphrey's in at left end. Johnson the nose tackle, and Dennis Harrison has flipped over to the defensive right end. Hairston may be injured. We'll try and find out for you. San Diego on their 38 with a first down. Motion.
They truly try to work on Logan a great deal. Now you see Jefferson going in motion to the left.
Out. Buried. He's hit by Claude Humphrey, who just recorded his 14.5 sack of the year. He's been amazing. He's 33 years old. He retired. He's come back, and they usually play him only on obvious passing situation. He said that tired old body ain't so tired this year.
He's a designated rusher.
Right.
He complained about being a 3-man defensive end in Atlanta, wanted to be a 4-3 alignment defensive end. He's doing that here with a 3-man line, doing a great job.
Chuck Muncie's in the game now for the Chargers. Second down. 15. Flags are down. And a little fumble, but the whistle are blowing. Flags were down. 87. Humphrey's in there. Also Carl Harrison.
Holding against the San Diego Chargers.
Now let's see where the ball was declared dead. I believe inside the 25. If it is, they'll refuse the penalty on a holding. Got the ball off to Muncie, but too late.
San Diego's got to run the ball more. They've done a good job of throwing the ball far, but you have to be balanced better than they have been balanced so far in this game.
Holding, offense, number 60. Second down.
I guess they said that the pass was completed. He wasn't under control when he let we've seen the whistle blow a lot quicker than that when they wrap up a quarterback, so they accept the penalty. It's back to the 23. It's second down and 25 to go.
This would be a good time for a running play, Kurt.
They run it. They give it to Muncie. Muncie comes out, goes down on the 29-yard line in San Diego. They stopped there by Renard Wilson, the safety man. Now they're 3rd and 19. And the Eagles gave way early. San Diego took the opening kickoff and in 3 plays went 68 yards. Came back again, throwing the ball all over the field, got a field goal. But since then, they have been stopped by the Eagle defense.
They've got to run the ball better. They've got to try to incorporate more balance.
Fouts throws it out. Jefferson has it. Maybe short of a first down. He's very close to it. He was hit by Herman Edwards, and Fouts made a great throw to get it to him that time.
Yes, he did, and it's very close. He throws it outside. Watch Humphrey. And then 70, Hairston putting pressure. Edwards makes a hit with his shoulder pads, very close to the first down.
Hank, I remember Frank Cush telling me when he coached Jefferson at Arizona State that Jefferson had the best concentration of any athlete he'd ever coached.
Well, evidently he has, because he's a fantastic receiver. See how they measure this. It's very close to the first down, just inches.
Now what do they do? They're on their own 48, 4th down, about a foot to go. And they're getting a punter in. Rick Partridge of Utah. Going back is John Shira as a safety man, 9-0 in favor of San Diego. 11 minutes to play in the first half. John Shira, who returned 130 yards the last San Diego punt. The up back is Hank Bauer, 37. They could snap one to him and he could try it, but I doubt it. I guess with a 9-0 lead, Hank, they don't want to gamble up around midfield.
4th and inches. I'm kind of surprised they don't go for it, because you ought to be able to make inches with that big offensive line that they have.
And he hits it on top of his foot. Gets a wobbly San Diego bounce. That rolls dead on the 18-yard line of Philadelphia, where the Eagles have put the ball in play. We'll be back. We'll see what the Eagles do with the ball. With 10:46 to play in a half, it is 9-0 in favor of San Diego. Tampa, with 1:50 to go, now leads the Green Bay Packers 20-17 in that very mixed-up Central Division. The Eagles ball on their 18-yard line, first down.
Could see something outside here again if they elect to run. Here it is.
Montgomery cuts it to 20. Goes down to the 22-yard line. Louis Kelcher, the left tackle, and Bob Horn, the middle linebacker, were there to meet him. Dan Fouts, his dad came in and said hello to me, Hank, before the game. Presley, the tight end, injured. Dan Fouts' father, Bob Fouts, a broadcaster, used to do the 49er game. That's Presley, as we said, on the ground. Oh, we'll wait while they attend Keith Greffley. We'll be back here in San Diego with a score 9-0 San Diego. Dick Ramil's father, owns his own garage upstate in California, is here, and Dick's mother today watching his son's team play. Second down, 6. Eagles from the 22. Jaworski scooting out. Look out. He gets stillaways at the 25, and they nearly got him from behind. Gary Johnson was chasing him. Bob Horn drove him out, and the Chargers are going after him.
Johnson really had a good shot at on number 79, a defensive right, and look at him. He goes to the outside, right tackle, gets another shot at him, and is finally knocked out of bounds by the middle linebacker, Bob Horn.
I'd hate to hear those feet coming at me from behind.
You're right. You're right. You run much faster when you hear that sound.
We'll repeat again, the Chargers lead the NFL in sacking the opposing quarterback. 45 sacks coming into the game. And they've had a great pass rush on Jaworski so far in this first half.
And they're upsetting the timing of the pattern to the outside receiver with that bump and run, as I mentioned to you.
Ron Baker's in as a tight end. The guard, Harris, is going to go down, and they stopped him short of a first down. That was Willie Buchanan, the cornerback, coming on. With help from Leroy Jones, the left end. Buchanan.
Harris did a poor job of running that time, Kurt Riddy. The play was designed to go right off tackle. He made up his mind to try to go outside. He doesn't have enough speed to do that. And for that reason, Buchanan came up from the corner position, made the shot, and now they're in a kicking position.
All right, Runniger has not had a kick block this year. He's had one 50-yard punt in this game. Mike Fuller is the safety man. 9:20 to go in the first half. They now settle into a defensive battle. Towering spiral. Fair catch. Fuller grabs it off the right thigh. Nearly dropped the ball on his own 29-yard line. So the Chargers will go back to the attack again. With a first down, and the score still San Diego 9 and Philadelphia nothing. Chargers have had the best scoring record in the second period in the NFL this year, averaging 12.5 points a period.
They got to run the ball here, Kurt, more than just keep throwing the ball. They got Muncie in the game, and I would think they'd be very wise to let him run the ball more than they've done it far. Here he comes.
They give the ball to Chuck Muncie. He's not going very far. He's out of bounds on his 29-yard line. No gain. Richard Blackmore, cornerback. Carl Hairston back in as defensive right end. Refused to let him get outside. There's Blackmore, second-year player of Mississippi State.
Philadelphia really did a good job of reacting to the play. They ran the play to the slot side that time, meaning that both outside receivers were to the left. It's much more difficult to run that kind of a play to the slot than it is to the tight end side. They'd be more efficient running it to the tight end side than they did to the slot.
Humphrey, Johnson, and Harrison are front three now. Three wide receivers, second down 10. Fouts, pump fakes, going deep to Joyner. And Joyner caught the ball. Flag is down. A flag has been dropped back at the 30. The Eagle defender, Wilson, had his back to the pass. And Joyner was just waiting there, took it away from him.
The Eagles, it looked like, were offside on the play. At least looked like it from here.
It was, Hank. Watch the defender here.
They were offside. He made a pump and threw outside. The ball was underthrown on Edwards. Great concentration by Joyner. He makes the catch, and another big play for the Chargers.
Defense, number 87, refused. First down.
Hunt was offside. The penalty, of course, refused. First down, San Diego, on the 52-yard pass play from Fouts to Joyner. They're on the Eagle 19 and threatening again. Jefferson in motion.
If they run, they should run to the right.
Muncie cracked down at the 17-yard line. Chuck Muncie hit by Jerry Robinson, the right outside linebacker.
They keep running to the strength of the formation rather than the weakness. They'd be much better running right.
That was one of Charlie Joyner's longest catches this year. The Vikings have won today, squeezing by the Saints 23-20. They're now tied with Detroit for first place in the Central Division with 7 wins and 6 losses. 5 defensive backs in for the Eagles. Second down, 8. Chargers on the Eagle. Now a timeout call. The Chargers take a time. With 8:16 to go in the half. They have to call time. Some mess up in that huddle. Well, they're talking it over. Fouts, Coryell, the coach. And there's the score again. We'll be back. Cincinnati wins its 4th game of the year, beating the Chiefs 20-6. Chiefs drop below 500. They're now 6-7. Second down, 8. San Diego on the Eagles' 17-yard line.
Now they send somebody in motion. Jefferson to the right.
They'll throw.
Winslow.
There it is, and it is a touchdown to Winslow. Great catch by the young tight end. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Boy, he's something.
I tell you, he's really something special. Watch Winslow. What a fantastic catch on a wing. Look at this. They try to jam him, but he's strong enough to go right through the traffic. On Jerry Robinson was covering him man for man. He makes a circus catch. What a fantastic play by Kellen Winslow. Look at Harrison's coming inside. Watch the catch. Fantastic. And Jerry Robinson really did a good job of covering on the play.
Here's the kick by Bernowski. Good. Dan Fouts has now passed for over 200 yards. Let's watch this catch again. Kellen Winslow, a #1 draft pick last year, has it all.
That's what he's lined up at a variety of positions. That time he's lined up as a back on a wing back position, making a linebacker cover him. And really, Robinson did a good job, except that he couldn't outleap him. He's 6'6". And Robinson, the young linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, is much shorter than that at 6'2".
You know, Hank, Kellen Winslow now has 995 yards pass receiving. Jefferson went over 1,000 today. Winslow probably go over 1,000 in this game. And Joyner's right up there ready to go over 1,000. Incredible core of receivers.
It's hard to cover everybody, and they move people around very intelligently. The only way you're going to get to them is to rush the passer. I think Philadelphia must start blitzing a little bit, especially up the middle, because the outside blitzing does not affect Fouts at all. Inside pressure does, and we might look for a little bit more of that as the game progresses.
You can tell this is a fired-up team. They've been accused of not winning the big one. A big story in the papers about it today here in San Diego. The Chargers choking the big ones, and they've come out here fired up to win a big one and beat the team with the best record in the league, Philadelphia. Fumble around on the 5. Canfield out to the 15, gets to the 20. Still coming to the 25 and out of bounds on his 27.5-yard line. They are tied with Oakland and the Chargers for first place in the Western Division of their league. This is a big one for them, and of course the Eagles want to get in there and clinch first place. There's the final. Tampa Bay knocked off the Packers. And Tampa Bay stays alive. They've now won 5, lost 7, tied 1. Crippling blow to the Packers, who won 5, lost 7, tied 1. So Detroit, Minnesota in the driver's seat. No team in that division will be a wild card club. It'll either be Atlanta, LA, or the Eagles and Dallas as the wild card entry in the National Conference. Montgomery. Still going. What a run. Robert Montgomery, it appeared they had him pinned in at the 32. Story on the San Diego scoring drive. When they go quickly. Trees in their first drive, 68 yards, 4 plays for 71.
When they travel, they take the jet, Kurt. They don't travel and fool around with a bus.
That's right. First down for the Eagles. They're trailing in this game, 16-0. They have an 8-game winning streak going. Reverse to the flanker, Smith. He's not fooled at all. Glenn Edwards on that play. Glenn Edwards saw that one coming. The old Pittsburgh Steelers safety man. Louis Kelcher trailed it too. Jim Laslovic, the outside linebacker. Well, Mr. Jaworski will have to cook up something else.
Well, you know, of course, they call the play from the sideline, Kurt, as you know. But the other thing is that I hate saying it, and I hate to overdo it, but they're keeping Carmichael on the line of scrimmage, and it's tough to do anything on the outside when he doesn't get off the ball.
Second down, 10. Eagles from their 38.
He's in a slot formation now. He's got a chance.
There it is. Broken up and early intercepted. Broken up by Bob Horn, number 55. Thought he should have had it, but it would have been a spectacular catch if he had hung onto the ball.
That time they were in a slot formation, and Carmichael, they're much better off from a passing standpoint from a slot formation, Kurt. There you see Horn making a very good attempt at making the interception, but they're much more, they should be much more efficient from a slot formation, being that they have Carmichael and Smith on the same side, especially on the left, because then they do not bump and run Carmichael, and he's got more of a chance to get downfield and catch some passes.
10th is in. Rodney Parker's in as a receiver. Third down, 10 for the Eagles from their 38. There's it is. It is over the head of Charlie Smith. He had his man beaten. Edwards was going over there and trying to help him, but ball was overthrown. And again, the Eagles must give the football up with 4th and 10 coming.
Really, you have to give San Diego a lot of credit with all the injuries they have in their secondary. They're doing a good job, basically because they're putting good pressure on Jaworski.
Max Runiger has booted the ball. Look at that. 47-yard average. Mike Fuller is the safety man. 6:15 to play in the half. San Diego roaring here for their Chargers. And he waited for his men to get downfield. Jerry Robinson's down there. They're letting it bounce, and it is just in. Jerry Robinson, the outside linebacker, a wide receiver when he entered UCLA, can run for a linebacker. 62-yard kick from scrimmage, and we have a flag down. When Runiger held up, we may have a man leaving too quickly before the ball was kicked from. Only the two wide men can go at the snap. The others must stay. And Runiger tried to let his outside man get downfield and might have confused his interior lineman.
I think they did. They had somebody leave prematurely, Kurt, and the interior lineman cannot leave until they hear the sound of the kicker's foot on the football. And evidently somebody left prematurely.
There's the people's choice, Hank Bauer. $16-0 at adjusting to San Diego leading. 2 foul touchdown passes. He's now broken the Charger all-time record this season.
Ineligible man downfield on the kick, number 52. 4th down.
Ray Phillips playing on the kicking team left here soon. So they'll re-kick it. This time he kicks it normally. Fuller backpedaling, has it on his 20. Gets up to the 25, and that's all. He goes down on his 27-yard line. John Spagnola, the tight end, went down to cover the kick. Here's an upset. Buffalo lost today to the Colts, 28-24. So Buffalo now has won 9 and lost 4. New England 8-4, playing at San Francisco, and they were trailing the 49ers in the first period. An upset. Baltimore wins the 7th game against 6 losses.
Evidently, Burt Jones was able to play. They said he wasn't going to be able to play. He evidently played.
Evidently. Chargers on their 27, first down. Mike Thomas getting behind Van Pelt.
Jefferson will go in motion. There he goes.
Bounce. Throws the ball, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's tipped, I believe, by Humphrey. He's amazing. 3 sacks last week against Plunkett. We saw him down in New Orleans. Henry and I had 3 sacks in that game against Archie Manning.
Looked like he had a Saints uniform on. He was on their side of the field most of the time.
The only man older than he is on the Eagles is Sid Gilman. He's 16.
Very young, 69.
Yeah. Very young is right. Great coach, Gilman. Helping the offense. That's not much, a yard or two. Frank LeMaster making the hit.
I can't understand why they continue to run to that side, the opening side. They have more of an opportunity to make yardage going away from that motion than to it. They haven't done very well with us so far in the game. They continue to do it.
Ron Smith then is a third wide receiver, and with Winslow in there, it's really 4 wide receivers. Joyner, Smith, Winslow, and Jefferson. The Eagles get all their pass defense boys in. They play a 4-2-5 on passing down. Here's Fouts, throws the ball, trying to get it to Joyner. It's incomplete, and it's 4th and 9 for the Chargers from their 28. Blackmore broke that up, but they'll have to punt. Well, the Eagles, Hank, with 5:05 to go in this half, want to at least get a touchdown before they go in.
Yeah, the Eagles are still very much in this football game, Kurt. They're a very well-disciplined team. They're not going to panic. They're going to do what they feel they can do, and they've done a good job of it at times, but they've kind of stopped themselves.
Punt formation. Rick Partridge rumbles around. Hey! And he's going to run the ball, and he's down, and the Eagles take over. There was the break that the Eagles have been looking for.
He needed a baseball glove on that play, but the mistake he made, he should have tried to catch it out in front instead of down below between his legs. You can never see the ball there, and you have time making the recovery. Had he been able to catch it out in front, even though it bounced, he might have had a chance to kick it.
Philadelphia on the San Diego 22. We just received word from our NFL Central in New York that Greg Landry was the quarterback, Hank, today.
Well, and he's capable. He's an excellent quarterback. Very obviously did an excellent job here today.
Landry guided the Colts to the upset win over Buffalo. First down, Eagles. Now's a chance to get a score. Montgomery cutting back. Montgomery to the 18 of San Diego. He's hit there by Louis Kelcher, number 74, and Gary Johnson and Bob Horn. Philadelphia's best chance so far.
Very obviously that the Philadelphia Eagles' plan is to run outside on first down in a variety of ways. They've done a pretty good job of it, but they continue to do that consistently on 1st and 10, running right and running left. They ran left that time and picked up 3 yards on the play.
Spagnuolo becomes the second tight end. Montgomery's out. Leroy Harris, the lone running back. 2nd down, 6. Pass rush. Gary Johnson has him. Another sack, the 3rd of the game for San Diego. And this may be roughing the passer. Jaworski's down. This will be an automatic first down for the Eagles.
We're talking about Johnson, 79. He puts the bear hug on him and then throws him to the turf, and that's definitely a penalty, and looked like he fell right on his shoulder, his right shoulder.
You might remember the incident, Hank, a couple of years ago when the Buffalo Bills lifted Bradshaw up and put him down on his head, or the Cleveland Browns, I guess.
Yeah, very.
Foul, roughing the passer, number 76. First down.
Back quarterback is Joe Pizarchik. And they need him.
76. 79.
79, they had the wrong number. The new rule came into effect last year. When the official thinks that the quarterback is under control by the defensive player, they blow that whistle. They don't wait for him to try and wrest himself out of the tackle. The idea, of course, so many quarterbacks are getting hurt that they're trying to avoid that. And the whistle had blown, but Gary Johnson stayed right with him, spun him around, and flung him down. And you can see the result. Here's Vermeil coming out, not too happy.
The receiver spiked the football, and that time Johnson tried to spike the quarterback.
Jaworski, the top-ranking passer in the conference. Sipes is the top rank. There's Pizarchik getting ready. Sipes the top-ranking passer in the league. Jaworski having his greatest season.
Very foolish play on the part of Johnson. He had him squeezed, had him in good position, put his team in a great situation, and now the Eagles are in a great position now with 1st and 10 on about the 14 to go in and get some points.
All right, let's see how the Brown Oilers are doing. Big one down there, second period, 14-7 Browns. They're tied for the lead in their division. 49ers, who shut out the Giants last week, are now leading the Patriots 14-3 in the second period. Rams over the Jets 17-6 in the second period. And there's Jaworski, the Polish rifle. Here's Pisarcik coming in from New Mexico State. They're helping Jaworski off. I was speaking to Sid Gilman. I said, what if something happened to Jaworski, the former head coach of the Rams, the Chargers, the Houston Oilers, who hired Bum Phillips down there? Gilman says, don't worry. We love Jaworski, but Pisarcik is a good backup man.
Yes, he doesn't move very well, but he's very bright, very intelligent. He's got an excellent arm and knows how to lead a football team, and he'll do a good job, I assure you.
He's 12 out of 18, Hank. Hasn't played much. First down, Eagles on the San Diego 14-yard line. 16-0, the Chargers ahead. Montgomery. They got him. He goes over. He's taken down there by Jim Laslovic, the outside linebacker, 54. He just circled around and got him.
He came from the backside and got him. Great pursuit by Laslovic. But they continue to run outside, especially on the first down situation. They've done it almost every down throughout this football game, and I think they have to change that tendency or else they're going to be in trouble.
Spagnola's in as a second tight end. Second down, 15. Eagles on the Charger, 19. 3:36 to go in the first half. Joe Pisarcik from New Mexico State.
They got to go over here to Spagnola and also Krefli.
Carmichael broken up by Edwards. Glenn Edwards broke it up, reaching over and slapping the ball away from Carmichael.
There he goes back into the pocket. There you see Kelcher rushing 74. Throws the ball well inside with the anticipation of hitting Carmichael, but he was well covered, and the ball goes incomplete. But the way they're covering, I think they'd have more of an opportunity to hit Krefli, the tight end, or Spagnola, also who is playing the tight end position at the time.
Hank Carmichael's not caught a pass yet. He has the longest streak in the history of the National Football League.
He's got a chance. He's got bump and run here again. Option pass.
Throw. Montgomery throws it short. It's incomplete. They had Krefli open. Krefli was open, and Montgomery throwing the halfback running pass threw it short, and they blew a chance for a touchdown.
Yeah, he had him wide open. Krefli on an option pass, tossed the ball outside. There you see Montgomery throws the ball, does not throw it far enough. Had he thrown it properly, it would have been an easy touchdown. But they went to the right guy, the tight end. The way they're playing defensively, they have to start going more to the tight ends who are playing at the same time. Here's a field goal.
36-yard attempt by Tony Franklin. He's missed a long one earlier, 49 yards. Holding is John Shira. The kick is up, and that kick, no good. No good.
Well, that's unusual for him. He's one of the great kickers in the league, I think.
Inside the 40's been, but it's a Charger first half. Eagle just blew a touchdown on the halfback option pass, and now missed the 36-yard field goal to follow.
It's tough when you get the ball in the plus 22 and have a great opportunity and come away without any points, especially when you're struggling, fighting for your life against this fine San Diego team. But again, this team's not going to panic. They're going to hang in there tough, and they'll do everything they can to make something happen and get back into this football game.
We have 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the half.
San Diego has to run the ball more.
And pitch it out to Jefferson. He's down right at the line of scrimmage. That was a hitch pattern, trying to take advantage of Jefferson's spinning ability. And Jefferson thought that was a hitch pattern. Boy, now Young showed you something on that one, Hank, the rookie cornerback, right on him.
Oh, yeah, he does that kind of thing very well. He's an excellent young defensive back, and but the fact that he's young, they're going to go after him because Herman Edwards is an old pro on the other side. They'll do business on the right side as much as they can, try to lull Edwards to sleep, and then go after him somewhere when they have one-on-one.
Second down, 10. Chargers on their 20. They're ahead, 16-0. Now they run the ball. Give it to Thomas. He spurts to the 26 of San Diego. 3rd and 4. Frank LeMaster and John Bunning teamed up for that last tackle. Well, the Eagles want to hold in this down. We're approaching the warning. Get the ball back and have a chance to maybe get that score before this half is over. They're taking their time in the huddle. And they'll let it run out to the 2-minute warning, and there it is. The 2-minute warning in sold-out San Diego Stadium with the score, the San Diego Chargers 16 and the Philadelphia Eagles nothing. The preceding announcement was furnished to the public service by the National Football League. 2 minutes to go. First half, 16-0 San Diego. If you joined us late, Chargers took the opening kickoff. 3 plays, went 68 yards. Winslow caught a 15-yard touchdown pass. 35-yard field goal, 9-0 first quarter. Winslow caught a 17-yard touchdown pass from Fouts. That's been it. The Eagles just blew a big scoring chance. 3rd and 4 here for the Chargers. Fumble. Flags down. In other words, a big mess up. Fouts recovered his own slippery exchange. That's a motion penalty against San Diego. That'll be declined by the Eagles. And it'll be 4th and 4 for the Chargers. They have to punt now.
Nothing makes a team look worse, Kurt, does it, than not being able to handle a snap between a quarterback and a center.
You and I have
illegal
seen that
motion, right
a couple times a game lately. And as you say, it's late in the year. They should have no problem with their timing on the exchanges.
Especially at this stage of the season with the same center and the same quarterback.
There's Darchik talking to his head coach Vermeil. Here's the punt by Partridge. Shira. Bush is centering. They're playing for the return. Shira runs up on it, fields it on his 42, 45, 50, 45, and bangs his way to the Charger 44, where the clock stops with 1:48 to play in the half. Scores and highlights with Brennan Irv. He'll recap all the action today in the National Football League. A couple of upsets and a couple of more taking place. 44-yard line of San Diego is where Philadelphia will put it in play. Their deepest penetration has been to the 17 of the Chargers. Campfield and Montgomery are the running back. Chargers ahead, 16-0.
One of the backs should be open here.
He has the time. He throws it to Campfield. Campfield fighting for the sideline, goes out on the 37-yard line of the Chargers. Covered there by Willie Buchanan, number 28.
They got bump and run across the board, which means they have defensive backs right on the top of the outside receivers. The people that you have to throw the ball to is the running backs. Here they are. Campfield makes the catch and picks up a nice gain in the play. Makes a 2nd and 3.
1:41 to go. First half.
The back
gets it to Montgomery. First down, 30-yard line. Go forward maybe to the 29. The clock is running with 1:30 to go in the half. Now they call the clock and time at 1:29 to go. The Eagles take time. They have 2 left.
That's all they have to do, Kurt, is with the coverage the way it is, hit the open people, and the open people should be the remaining backs in the backfield. Or possibly, but they're playing with 3 outside receivers. There's no tight end, so they have to go to the backs.
The Eric Coryell, they call the Charger Club. He was they had the Cardiac Kids, remember, with St. Louis? Terry Metcalf and that gang, Jim Hart, they pulled a lot of games out late with a passing game. And when they come up to that line of scrimmage here with a tight end who resembles a wide receiver and with John Jefferson and Joyner, there's something. They look like a covey of quail coming off that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's no question about that. They really come after you with a lot of different things from the different directions. And how about the great fan support from the Philadelphia Eagles? Fly with the Eagles from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. 28 fans flew out here. They're very excited about their team, and justifiably so.
The upset of the game is you pronounce that correctly.
You're exactly right.
Give me that again.
You say it.
No.
You do it so well, you spit it out, Kurt. Let's see how well you do. You're a smart guy.
Conshohocken.
Yeah.
First down. Eagles ball on the Charger 29. The big rush is on, and they blitzing. Cliff Thrift, a linebacker, blitzing. Fourth linebacker. That is the fourth sack for San Diego in the game. They lead the NFL in quarterback sacks. They lost 11 in 2nd and 21. They're lining up with a minute 18 to go, Hank.
They've got to throw to the backs.
They get it out to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to get to the sideline. Can't make it. They move to the 31. They'll have to call a timeout. And there's a timeout called by the Eagles. They have one left. Frank Duncan wrapped up Montgomery. That's all they could get it to. You're right, to those backs coming out.
Yeah, well, and the funny thing is, if you're not careful, you fool yourself. You outsmart yourself, Kurt, by saying that, well, I threw it to the backs the last 3 times, so they'll cover it this time, so I'll try to throw it someplace else. Yeah. You get in trouble. You just have to keep throwing it to the backs till they stop it. They haven't stopped it. This is what they're giving them, and they have to continue to throw the ball to the backs. They're not going to get it to Carmichael, the outside people, the way their coverage is at this particular stage of the game. And, of course, they've covered the same way, really, all afternoon, talking about the Chargers.
Carmichael, Hank's been pointing this up. It's a big story. Of course, this first half isn't over yet. Harold Carmichael holds the all-time record for catching passes in consecutive games. And he has been shut out so far in this game. The Chargers have done a tremendous job on him, and that's one of the reasons the Eagles haven't scored.
It's very difficult, as I mentioned. Carmichael is so tall, so rangy, that it's very difficult for him to get off the ball if somebody jams him. And that's exactly what they're doing. And by the time he gets back on course, it's too late, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Doing an excellent job with a patched-up secondary.
Now, hundreds of times you've taken the club into the locker room trailing. How important is this late score that the Eagles could nab here?
Oh, it always gives you some momentum and give you a good feeding and lifts the emotional level if you can go in before the half and score.
3rd and 11 for the Eagles. They rush him. He throws. They had him. Leon Jones and Fred Dean, the 2 ends, were there. Boy, this front 4 is something to the Chargers.
Well, when they know you're going to throw the ball, they get back in the game. There's a stunt inside. And there you see the Fred Dean, the defensive right end, come in and make the kill on the tackle. Leroy Jones is also putting pressure on the play. But they're putting a lot of pressure on Jaworski, which is very obvious.
4th down, 25. Mean Fred Dean. Tony Franklin will try a 56-yard field goal. 56, Navy. Shira used to be a quarterback in college. Now he's going to try it. That one's up, and it's short. That's the 3rd one, 3rd attempt for him. None of them good in the first half. So with 35 seconds to go, Mr. Franklin goes off, and Mr. Fouts and his aerial circus come back on. Fouts may go to work and try and get another on a bomb or a fly pattern. With Jefferson and Joyner, he's hit 2 for about 50 yards to each of them.
Fouts is going to join the circus, Barnum and Bailey, after the season with this act, the way they throw the ball and flying it up and down the field like they do.
He has over 200 yards passing in the first half. There's a toss over the head of Jefferson. Jefferson at the 40. A flag is down. With 30 seconds to go.
I think they call it because they hit him too high above the shoulder pads. I think that's what they're going to call. Let's see what it is.
It was on Bernard Wilson, number 22.
Let's see if that's what they call, the fact that they hit him high.
Unnecessary roughness, number 22, after the play was over.
Late hit on Bernard Wilson.
On Bernard Wilson, watch it. The ball went way over the top, and he comes in here, watch him, and gives him a shot. Very high, no question about it. It was a good call.
15-yard penalty, an automatic first down for the Chargers. Their ball now on the 46-yard line of the Eagles. And there's your time, 30 seconds to go in the half.
After the play, number 22, first down.
San Diego on the Eagle 46. San Diego ahead 16-0. San Diego a three-point choice here today, despite the Eagles' record of 11 wins and 1 loss and 8 games in a row.
Look at all the room on the right side. They're going to probably throw the ball outside, try to stop the clock.
Or maybe move in there. That was looked like LeMaster coming across. Or was he drawn?
Ball start, number 67, offense.
That's what it was. It was on Ed White, the veteran right guard, formerly with the Vikings, 12 years. 2 veteran guards in there. Doug Wilkerson, 11 years. He's played in the league at left guard. White has played 12 years. They know how to block for a passer.
Yeah, they really do. And, of course, they better know how to block for the passer when you throw the ball as much as they do.
Now San Diego's back on their 49 with a 1st and 15. 28 seconds to go in the half.
They'll probably send Winslow in motion. Yes, they do.
Look out, look out. He throws it short. Oh, a dangerous pass. Richard Blackmore was waiting out there in the flat. Faust let the ball go as he was hit. And, of course, he threw it short. He had his arm smacked as he let it go.
The only thing was really that Winslow was open on the sideline had he been able to get the ball to him. His arm was hit as he released the ball, and for that reason it falls incomplete.
23 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd and 15. Scores and highlights with Brent Musburger, Earl Cross at halftime along CBS. We'll be back here for the 2nd half. All right, Fouts throws it to the sideline to Jefferson. It's broken up by Herm Edwards, who has had 3 interceptions this season. The last couple of years, he's run 3 back for touchdowns. Jefferson may be unhappy.
A 3-man rush with Hairston coming inside, throws the ball outside, double cover. But you don't like for the quarterback to throw into double coverage very much, Kurt. But when you have a great receiver like Jefferson, there's times where you say go ahead and throw it anyhow because he has such great leaping ability that he's still going to be allowed to jump people on double cover.
Now they've called a penalty against the Chargers.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 46, 2nd down.
Chuck Muncy called for unnecessary roughness. This is getting to be a battle of unnecessary roughnesses. And it goes back to the Charger 35-yard line.
See if here they come.
Muncy running with the ball. Gets out to the 47-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Chargers. 11 seconds to go in the half. No signal as to stop the clock here. Maybe the Eagles call the time. That's 3rd down. 3rd down. We had no official signal on that. Muncy playing today, for those that joined us late, with a viral infection in his throat. His throat's swollen. Mike Thomas now has gone in. Here's Mike Thomas, formerly of the Redskins. Had some contract problems there. The Chargers picked him up. 3rd down. And 17 to go for the Chargers. A lengthy last 30 seconds of the 1st half with the Chargers ahead 16-0. on 2 Dan Fouts touchdown passes to Kellen Winslow and a field goal by Bernarski. Chargers, by the way, missed their extra point on their first touchdown. Sometimes that always comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, you have to always be concerned about missing an extra point in a field goal attempt when you have an opportunity to make them.
3rd down.
Here's Big Ben.
3 men going down. He's going to fire it down the sideline. He gets it to Jefferson. He's out of bounds. Boom. Right there on the 27-yard line. 5 seconds to play in the half.
That's a good formation. They had all 3 wide receivers, including Winslow, on the left side, and then broke Jefferson to the side. He made the catch and wisely jumped out of bounds. Now they have a field goal attempt, but very good execution on the play.
Well, Bernarski will try a 45-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. 1 second to go. Flag is down. Hold on, the flag is down. Illegal procedure against the Eagles. That will be declined.
You think it will be, Kurt?
Might be. Well, that shows you how dangerous Fouts is. Those receivers.
Illegal procedure. 12 men on the field on the defense. Refused. Good field goal.
12 men on the field.
It's better to have 12 than 10.
I'd say so. It didn't matter much. But Fouts, they had a 3rd down and 29 to go, back at their own territory, and came out of this half in the last 11 seconds with a field goal.
They're fire and fall away, fall back. They do a super job with that offense.
19-0. Let's check the yardage for Fouts. Dan Fouts in the first half has passed for 237 yards. He's already had 5 300-yard games this year. Looks like a 6th one. All right, this will be the last play of the half, unless we have a penalty on it. They're trying an onside kick. They squib it, and that's the end of the half. Fumble. Eagles still have the ball. Well, San Diego came out throwing, and they end up throwing at the end of the half. And they're on top of the team with the best record in football, 19-0. Back here at San Diego, there's the score at halftime. The Chargers 19 and the Eagles nothing. We'll take a look at the second half right after this message.
CBS is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealers, who invite you to test drive the new world car, Ford Escort. Bell & Howell Mamiya and the Mamiya Quartz ZE, the camera with a built-in computer. And by your Sears Tire and Auto Center, home of straight talk, good values, and satisfaction.
The Eagles' 8-game winning streak behind 19-0. What can they do to get back in?
Well, I think, number one, they're not going to panic. They're too good a team not to panic. They have to figure out how to get the ball to Carmichael, and I think they can do that by using a slot left formation where he's on the inside of the outside receiver. They also should use him in motion to get him away from the bump and run. They have to exercise balance and not panic, and I think they can do a good job and get back into the game.
All right, Hank, here's the kickoff now coming up. San Diego boots it. Campfield fumbles the ball. He should let it go in the end zone and sit on it. That's it. Touchback. That's sort of the way it's gone for the Eagles today. There are the statistics. Chargers out first down them only by 2. Rushing yards almost even, but look at the passing. 225 yards for San Diego, just 35 for the Eagles. Fouts has hit 13 out of 19 on his way to his 6th 300-yard passing game of the year, which would be a new NFL record in 1 year. He tied Namath with 5 last year, and he has 5 300 games this year. First down, 20-yard line, Eagles ball. Montgomery and Harris are the running back.
Let's see if they maintain the outside personality. Here they come again.
Montgomery trying to slip by, has only 3 yards. The tackle is by number 68, Leon Jones.
They still stay with the outside running play on 1st and 10, Kurt. They did it from a different formation that time, but they still feel evidently that they can get outside, and that's what they had tried to do on the 1st and 10 situation from their own 20-yard line.
6'8", Leroy Jones. And he's been a terror today. Number 68, 6'8" tall. All that front four has been a terror for the Chargers. There's Montgomery, and he's down. And he's hit there by Bob Horn, number 55, the middle linebacker.
There you see Walter, 75, against Dean. He invites him and pushes him to the outside. They try to run an outside try to run a draw play, but in spite of that, Dean came back and still got a piece of the tackle.
Jaworski brings him up.
3rd and 7. They have to try to get the ball to one of the backs again.
He was 6 out of 12 in the first half. He gets it out, but he stopped short of the first down. Bob Horn went over there and took Billy Canfield and refused to let him get to that yard marker. They're short of a yard on the Eagle 29.
They're bump and run, which means they're playing the outside receivers very tight on the line of scrimmage. Means the back should be open on the linebackers. He was, but he's just a little bit short of the first down.
Mike Fuller is the safety man. Max Runiger is in punt formation.
The Eagles are going to have to make something happen with their specialty teams or their defense to get some kind of a big play, reduce the size of the field, and get an opportunity. There's something right there.
They go for a first down. They're gambling. They're behind 19-0. They went to the short man. That's Frank LeMaster who took that. Look at him there. He's a up back.
That's right. They have to do something with their specialty teams that I just mentioned, and also they have to do something with their defense to create some kind of an opportunity to keep drives alive and get some points on the scoreboard. 19 points is certainly not an unsurmountable lead, and they could very easily get back into this ball game, but they have to score something on this drive.
The middle linebacker, LeMaster, carries it for a first down. All right, they're on their own 40-yard line. Harris and Montgomery set behind Jaworski.
See if they try to get outside again on first down.
They don't. They're going to throw it. They throw it right down. They've got it. Prefley, a flag has gone down at the line of scrimmage, Joe. Prefley caught the ball for a first down, but an official has dropped the flag at the 40.
Penalty against
in motion against the Eagles. That wipes out the first down. This will put the ball back on their 35 and make it 1st and 15. 17-7. The Browns leading the Oilers in the third quarter. If the Browns hold on to that lead, they will have sole possession of first place in their division.
Left guard, number 62, illegally in motion. First down.
Petey Perot was in motion. We're just into the second half. Chargers are ahead 19-0. He lobs it out to Harris. Harris out of bounds on his own 37-yard line.
Watch Perot, the left guard, along with Morris, the center. They're double teaming Gary Johnson, and justifiably so. But you have 5 linemen blocking 4 defensive people of the San Diego Chargers. So there's an extra man to block whoever you think should have the extra help.
Second down, 12. Carmichael in a slot with Smith flanked outside of him. Oh, he's down. What a rush that time. And that is number 79, Gary Johnson. That is the 5th sack.
Johnson on Perot, 62. Look at that. He runs right by him. Here you see him. And gets Jaworski from the backside. Boy, he's something.
5 sacks for the Chargers. No wonder they're leading the league. That's 50 on the season for them. Leroy Harris is out. Billy Campfield is in. Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson, Fred Dean up front. Ruffley's gone out. Rodney Parker, wide receiver, in. Now the Eagles have a timeout. Well, they have 2 left in the game. Jaworski talking to his coach Vermeil. Nothing's really gone very right for them, Hank.
No, they really haven't, and it hasn't gone right because of the St. Louis Chargers. They're a very talented, big, strong football team. Gary Johnson has been a strong force in the pass rush. He's 6'3", 252, 6-year pro from Grambling College. But he's put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and already they have 5 sacks, and they have 45 coming into the game.
Third down conversions today. The Eagles 3 out of 9. Way below their seasonal average. We talk about the Charger offense, Hank. What about their defense today?
Well, that's the deceptive thing about the Chargers. Everybody talks about their offense, but really coming into this game, they're 3rd in total defense, 9 against the rush, 2nd against the pass. So this shouldn't be very surprising because they're very capable. They're a very talented football team.
If they hang on to this lead and win this game, that puts the heat on the Oakland Raiders tomorrow night against Denver. Oakland would have to win to stay tied with San Diego for the lead in the Western Division of the American Conference. Each club coming into the weekend was 8 and 4. 3rd and 21. He has the time. He throws to Montgomery. Montgomery on an outstanding effort gets the first down. A 3rd and 21 play. Montgomery took the short pass and scrambled for a big Eagle first down.
That's all they do is cross the backs, and they're the people that you have to throw the ball.
They go down that sideline over the head of Smith, who is blanketed. He was covered by Jerome Dove, number 48, Mike Fuller, 42. And remember, the Chargers have 3 of their regulars missing in their secondary today.
Well, they're playing a tight man-for-man coverage, which evidently Philadelphia has not seen an overabundance of, and the ball's got to be thrown perfectly, or else they're in trouble, and that's what's happening so far in this game.
Oilers, as you see, have come back in the 3rd quarter. It's now Browns 17, Oilers 14 at Houston. Pittsburgh won today.
They've got to figure out a way to get Carmichael in the game. So far, he's not been in the game because they haven't been able to throw to him.
They better get one in, or his streak will be broken. Chargers nearly offside. There he comes.
Tight end.
Down the middle to Krefli, and he hangs on to it. First down, Krefli, the tight end, at the 22-yard line. A remarkable catch by Krefli.
The thing that was remarkable was the throw by Jaworski. Watch the pressure they put on him. Dean has him. He skips away, gets rid of the ball beautifully, and then Krefli comes back, as you say, Kurt, with a beautiful catch. Very low, but beautiful catch, and they pick up the first down.
That was Laslovic right there with him, but he had his back to the play. First down, Eagles. San Diego 23. San Diego ahead 19-0. 9:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. There are the figures on Jaworski. Montgomery, Jaworski fell down as he had the ball out. 30, and he's to the 16-yard line. Where Bob Horn made the tackle of Oregon State, the middle linebacker. Montgomery is called by his coach Vermeil He's a 1,000-yard gainer, but Vermeil says he's even better than anyone knows or thinks, and he's getting better all the time. He's coming back off an injury. Montgomery says that he won't be rehabilitated until this winter, but he can't get his knee well while the season's on. Second and 3. Harris should have the first down to the 11-yard line. Leroy Harris.
They're doing a good job of coming off the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage, but Kurt, they have to run enough to slow down that pressure and avoid the big pressure of the forward pass. This is what San Diego is geared to do now, is rush the passer. You have to slow him down with the run.
First down Eagles on the Charger 11.
There they go again.
Cuts back 10, 5 to the 4. Robert Montgomery, a 7-yard gain. I thought he might cut that one for the score, Hank.
Yeah, it came very close to it, and you know what happened that time? Kurt, the defense of the San Diego Chargers, they even set it up to stop the sweep. They put the end outside and the linebacker inside, and in spite of that, Krefli really did a great job of blocking the defensive end on the play, Leroy Jones, and that's why the play was successful.
The Eagles' deepest penetration of the game. They're behind 19-0. Second down, 3 to go, first down. And the Chargers 4. Jaworski on a rollout. Throws over the head of Carmichael. Carmichael pinned in the back part of the end zone. Did not get it.
Carmichael popped wide open as soon as he got free of the linebacker, but the ball was thrown a little bit too late and, of course, over the top and falls incomplete. But he had a chance had he been able to throw the ball quicker.
Here are the stats of Montgomery. 13 rushes, 55 yards. He's been the leading ball carrier in the game. Up they come now. Third down and 3 on the San Diego 4-yard line.
They got a bump and run on Carmichael.
And it is Montgomery to the goal line. Robert Montgomery.
Number 31, Robert Montgomery.
They were wedging for him. Woody Peoples, the right guard. Jerry Sizemore, the right tackle. Ray Preston and Mike Fuller stopped him just short of the goal line.
And Mike Fuller.
They're looking about a yard. Here. Yeah, it's on the yard line, but that was... Let's see what it is for a first down. That's what we have to look for. They'll bring the chain over and measure. The Eagles were stopped short. They're short of a foot. 4th and a foot to go for a first down. On about a yard and
they got to go for the touchdown, Kurt.
Yeah.
They must go for the touchdown.
Well, he needs a foot for a first down.
Yeah, that's right.
Charlie Smith's out. Krefli and Spagnola, 2 tight ends, are in the game. 7 minutes to go in the third period. Chargers ahead 19-0. I'll see who they give it to. Look at those Chargers jam up. If the Eagles go outside,
they're going to run left, I think, or maybe a quarterback sneak.
Fumble. A fumble. They're stopped. A messy play by the Eagles. They never got the exchange. That's the 3rd time today they've messed up the exchange.
That really is incredible in a critical situation. And to make this kind of a mistake.
He never had it. Harris never had it. I don't know whether he would have made it or not, Hank.
It did look like it. Looked like the surge of the San Diego Chargers licked him. Some kind of... Is there
a flag down here, maybe. Flag down against San Diego. That'll wipe all the glee out here in San Diego Stadium. Half the distance to the goal. Let's see what this is about.
Looked like it might have been offside encroachment on the part of the San Diego Chargers. Let's see what they call.
Now they're going to bring the sticks on again and see if this penalty will give them a first down and a half the distance to the goal.
I think it will give them a first down. Let's see how they mark it, but I think they made the first down.
First and goal to go for the Eagle. Now let's get the explanation.
Offside, defense, right end, first down.
Right end. Dean was offside. Fred Dean was offside, they say.
Well, that explains why they got such great penetration.
4 or 5 more of them offside, they'd have had even better.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles get a break. One of the few they've had today. First and goal from the 1-yard line of the Chargers. Montgomery. And Montgomery scores. That's the first score for the Eagles today. Wilbert Montgomery scores with 6:53 to go in the third quarter. And he made the big play of that drive when on 3rd and 21, he scooted for a first down, taking a short pass and wriggling his way down the field.
Kelcher got penetration. He just overran the play, or else he'd have stopped it in the backfield. He really came across the line of scrimmage with a great surge.
80 yards and 14 plays for the Eagles. Club that Hank has already told you plays with a lot of poise. Gyra to hold for Tony Franklin. The kick is up, and it's good. Oh, a timeout on the field. Just under 7 minutes remain in the third quarter. It is now San Diego 19 and Philadelphia 7. The gullies surrounding the stadium here. Remember old Balboa Stadium where we used to go in the American Football League? We used to bring teams in there. That seated about, what, 30,000?
Oh, we had a lot of wild games there.
You and Sir Sidney Gilman. All right, here's Franklin kicking off. The Eagles have just culminated an 80-yard drive with a touchdown and a point. Now the kick is coming to the 8-yard line. And up the field. With the ball. Let's take a look at the Philadelphia scoring drive. Ray Phillips made the tackle.
Just like you like, 15 plays, 80 yards, time elapsed 8 minutes. But the important thing is they got points on the scoreboard, and that's what it's all about as far as Philadelphia is concerned at this stage of the football game.
San Diego's ball on their 22 with a first down. Mike Thomas will be set behind Dan Fouts. There goes Jefferson in motion. Now to Thomas. He's stopped at the 25-yard line, Mike Thomas of Nevada, Las Vegas. They're trying to get voted into the WAC conference, the Western Athletic Conference. Charlie Johnson and Frank LeMaster made the stop there. Second down 7 for the Chargers. Thomas limping around. Nobody in to replace him. Dennis Hudson is out. Claude Humphrey, Mr. Designated Pass Rusher, is in now. Number 87 at left end.
The momentum of this game has changed, Kurt. Philadelphia's is really coming on strong, and I think it's very important for San Diego to do something here and maintain possession of the ball.
Out, incomplete pass. Nobody out there except an Eagle player. At the 30-yard line, getting up is John Bunning, number 95. Now they're faced with a 3rd and 7. San Diego from their own 25. And they've been stalled here in the third quarter. The Eagles have had the ball about 90% of the time.
The Eagles are playing with a lot of emotion, very enthusiastically, and it looks like they're kind of coming on.
3rd and 7 for San Diego. They're ahead, 19-7. Joyner in motion. He has the time, and he throws, and he gets it to Winslow, the tight end, for a first down. At the 40-yard line of the Chargers, he's taken down by Herman Edwards.
Winslow is really such a key to this offense because you worry about stopping the outside receivers. Did really a great job of working on Jerry Robinson, 56, who did a good job of staying with him, but the ball was thrown perfectly, didn't have any pass rush, and he picks up the first down.
Winslow needs 4 more catches this year to tie Mike Ditka for the most catches in one season by a tight end.
There he goes in motion to the right.
First down from their 40. The Chargers put the ball after Jefferson. He has it. Jefferson's out of bounds for the first down on the Eagle 41. Funny how the Chargers can go along, look like nothing, and suddenly they put that aerial game to work.
Well, they have a lot of confidence in their passing, which is very obvious, and they don't care where they are, what the score is. They keep pumping it up. Throw it right on target. Beautiful shot there with Jefferson making the catch on the outside. Fouts hard to get to because he drops back just 7 yards. And there you see him on Roynell Young, throwing in front and to the outside.
Fouts now 15 out of 21, 271 yards. They don't get much on that play.
You know, the surprising thing about this Charger team, Kurt, is the fact they've got such a big, strong offensive line, and it's hard to understand why they really don't run better than they do. They try to, but they just don't run nearly as efficiently as they do as they throw the ball. That was Clarence Williams, number 40, who carried the ball on that last occasion.
Muncie hasn't played much today with a virus. The figure Fouts is going for now is 300 passing yards in this game, and he'll hold an all-time NFL record in one season. Out they spread, wide open, Jefferson. That puts the ball on the 17-yard line. A first down, and Jefferson is on the ground.
They're in zone coverage. Winslow went in motion, and in spite of the double on the outside, he was open down the sideline. The deep back, number 22, did not cover. Bernard Wilson did not get over quick enough, and for that reason, they were able to make the reception.
It's Wilson's who's down. And we'll be back with a score 19-7, San Diego. This passing circus of San Diego splattering some records around today that we'll tell you about. Look at that record. He's only 6 yards short of it now. At those 300 yards, Dan Fouts. They run the ball with Thomas. He goes down at the 14-yard line. Carl Harrison brings him down.
You know,
gain of 3.
One thing about the Charger running, they run from passing formations. They usually run without a lead back, and I think probably that's one of the reasons that they haven't really enjoyed more running success they've had. But basically, they throw the ball so well that it's justified because they do what they do best, and that's throw the football.
Winslow is now the first tight end since Jackie Smith back in 1967. We have 1,000 receiving yards in the season. Winslow has 1,010 yards after 5 catches today. There's Thomas. He'll throw. Out it goes. It is maybe intercepted.
It's intercepted.
It's intercepted in the end zone by Roynell Young, number 43, the rookie cornerback. And the Eagles staved off the Charger threat.
They try to get the ball to Winslow, who was sent in motion. He was one-on-one on Roynell Young. Thomas did not do a very good job of acting. It looked like an option run from the very first time he got possession of the ball. And Roynell Young really did a super job of coming up with the interception.
We'll be back, 19-7 San Diego. Number 43, Roynell Young, a rookie, certain to make the all-rookie defensive team this year.
Well, he's played very, very well, and of course that's a key interception, a beautiful play by the young defensive back, Roynell Young, number 43.
Here we go with the Eagles on their own 20. Last time they had the ball, they went 80 yards for a touchdown.
Let's see if they run outside again. They've been trying to do that most of the time on 1st and 10. Let's see if they maintain the same personality. Fake this time, good.
All right, let's go. Right down there he goes. He hits his receiver. Carmichael catches his first pass of the game. First one for Harold Carmichael.
Good looking play. It was off the sequence of the sweep. They faked a running play that they've run so many times. Looks outside to Krefli, who was open also, but he throws back across the middle. That time they had enough time to jam him, and still Carmichael was able to get free. Big catch, first catch for Carmichael.
There's another angle. This catch, by the way, gives Carmichael 125 straight games of at least one reception, an ongoing NFL record.
And he was in a slot left formation, and that's a good formation for him to get the ball to.
Jaworski barking no signals. Eagles on their own 42. Long signal count. Montgomery is out of bounds on his 43-yard line. A yard gain for him. 59 yards rushing for him in the game. Fourth period now. The Browns ahead of the Oilers 17-14. That's not a final. 49ers leading 21-10. They're in the fourth period. And it's 24-13. The Rams over the Jets in the third quarter. That total is not a final. Second down 9 for Philadelphia. From the 42-yard line. 19-7 in favor of the Chargers. He has time. And it was over the head of Charlie Smith, 85. There was Glenn Edwards, but he couldn't quite get to it.
You know, that time Carmichael was split to the right in the slot formation, which means he's been between the offensive tackle and the outside receiver. He was open, but I didn't see him soon enough.
That means another crucial third down play that Dick Vermeil has sent in. He's got Canfield, a pass receiving back in there. He's got Rodney Parker, a first-year wide receiver. Third down, 9. Last time they had 3rd and 21. They threw to Montgomery, and he got a big first down to keep the drive going for a touchdown.
They ought to throw to one of the backs again here, Kurt.
Let's look. Third down, 9. They rush him. They give it to Montgomery, and he's hit by number 51, Woodrow Lowe, who was actually tracking Montgomery across the field. He was keying on Montgomery.
Well, that time they ran both backs to the same side, to the right. The last time they've been splitting the backs. One went to the left, one went to the right, and they just played it terrifically well. The two backs took the linebackers. There you see the linebackers in hot pursuit. There you see the linebacker making a beautiful play on that outside play to the back.
Runninger, outstanding day of punting, a 40-yard average. Mike Fuller, the safety man, on his zone 25.
Woodrow Lowe, number 51, was the man who made that open field tackle.
The kick, Loland. Fuller fields it on his 30, 35, 40, 45. Flag is down. He's up to the 50-yard line. A penalty flag was thrown on the punt return.
Number 42, Mike Fuller, makes the punt on the 30-yard line. The punt number 34 yards.
This may be against the Chargers. They have a little clipping in here. John Shira made the tackle for the Eagles. That is the San Diego bench. Legal use of the hands against the Chargers. They measure it back to the 30.
Illegal use of the hands by the receivers on the return. First down.
No signal as to who it's on. A timeout called on the field. 1:50 remained to play in the third quarter. Score the San Diego Chargers 19 and the Philadelphia Eagles 7. Patriots scored on a 1-yard plunge. They're back in it against the 49ers in the fourth quarter, 21-17, San Francisco. Right now it's a first down for San Diego. Right now it's a first, lobs it out to Clarence Williams. Williams stopped at his 38-yard line on the flare pattern, hit down by Claude Humphrey.
That time they had two backs in the backfield, Thomas and Williams. They throw a quick screen to the outside. Williams makes the catch, jumps to the outside, and picks up a good chunk on 1st and 10. But they keep you out balanced by throwing the balls to so many different people that it's hard to guess with them.
Mike Thomas is in for Williams. Second down 2. San Diego's 38. Thomas. First down to his 42-yard line. John Shira came up to hit him there, number 21. And now, officially, this is, he can wind up with less than 300, but Dan Fouts now has 302 yards passing. It'll be the 6th game this season for 300 or more yards. It's an all-time NFL record in one season. He had 5 last year. Namath had 5 in 1 year. Fouts now has 6. There may be more for him. Look at that catch by Jefferson. What a receiver. They've seen 2 of the best of all time here. This is a youngster yet. Lance Allworth and now J.J. Jefferson.
You can't have better coverage than Roynell Young had on Jefferson that time. He just outleaped him and made the catch. The ball was thrown perfectly. There it goes over the top. Watch their young defensive back. You can't ask him to do a better job than that. He just made a beautiful catch and pressured.
Man is so good. I asked Sid Gilman who's the best. He said, can't tell yet. He said, nobody was better than Allworth. Jefferson can be as good. This is just his third year. Running Thomas, 35. And he gets to the 30. Good running by Mike Thomas. And he gets to the Robinson, finally trapped him. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Chargers. We're in the last 8 seconds. Look at this run, Hank.
Yeah, the left guard, Ed White, is pulling on the play. He sees a seam. There you see the seam. Number 63, Wilkerson, is also blocking on the play. Sees the seam and takes advantage of it.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score, the San Diego Chargers 19, the Philadelphia Eagles 7.
Buffalo 24.
Kurt Gowdy and Hank Stram for the 4th period in San Diego Stadium. Chargers led all the way, 9-0 at the quarter, 19-0 at the half. There's the Charger coach, Coryell. Did a great job coaching college here at San Diego State. The Eagles got the only touchdown in the 3rd period. 3rd and 3. Mike Thomas close to the first down. John Bunning got underneath the play with some aid from Carl Hairston, number 78.
I would think San Diego would like to keep the ball as long as they possibly can, to keep the ball away from the Philadelphia Eagles and get some more points on the scoreboard, especially 7 if they can. Muncie comes into the game for Thomas.
That's twice Thomas has limped off. Here's the measurement. He's about an inch short. Oh, 2 inches, I'm sorry. They'll have a 3rd down play coming. At the 28-yard line of the Eagles' 3rd and 2 inches to go.
You have to eat some more carrots, Kurt.
Oh, boy. Leading record in the NFL, owned by the club on your right, the Eagles. They've won 11 out of 12. San Diego in a tie for first place in the Western Division. They won 8 and lost 4. The win here will put them in first place until tomorrow night at least. Sneak by Fouts, who should have the 2 inches. They're stopping the clock at 14:35 in the game. Will they measure again?
I don't think so, Kurt. I think they made it by enough, but they might. Yeah, they are going to measure.
Nobody trusts anybody.
No, I'm sure they made it. And it's wise for Philadelphia to make that request, but it wasn't even close.
Dick Vermeil. He'll be with the Eagles a long time. And Don Coryell just signed a new 7-year contract with the Chargers. The owner, Gene Klein, said, "How long do you want to coach?" He said 7 more years. That's why they wrote the contract for 7 years.
Very justified. He's done a super job here with the San Diego Chargers and also with the St. Louis Cardinals.
First down. Chargers on the Eagles 27. Chuck Muncie. Muncie at the 24-yard line. Maybe he fell forward to the 23, upended by Jerry Robinson, the right outside linebacker. The Eagles went about 5 or 6 years without a #1 draft pick. They traded them all away. But they finally came through with one last year. His name's Jerry Robinson. He's a future star, if not a star right now, number 56. And this year, the young cornerback, Roynell Young, looks like a future star.
Here's Jefferson to come in motion. Here he comes.
Muncie, 20, going. Flag is down. Muncie out of bounds inside to the 15, taken out by John Shira.
Holding San Diego.
Chargers have a penalty commit. Boy, when that Muncie gets going, he's something, isn't he?
Oh, he's big and he's strong. He weighs 235, and he's a great sideline runner. There he goes to the outside, generating speed. He gets a good shot from Shira, number 21.
There's a fellow that was a quarterback. You don't think quarterbacks are tough? Shira guided Vermeil's UCLA team to the Rose Bowl, upset over Ohio State.
Holding. Offense number 60. Second down.
That's on Dan Audig, the right tackle, for holding. That puts them back on the 33-yard line of the Eagles. Now they have a second down and 16. The score 19-7. The Chargers ahead. 13:22 to play.
Jefferson will come back in motion here. Here he comes.
Fouts lobs it to McCrary. Greg McCrary, the tight end. He's dumped at the 24-yard line. That was almost like a shovel pass out from the chest, a basketball pass.
That's a great thing. Here they, everybody is spread out all over the field expecting to throw the Winslow or Joyner or Jefferson. This time they throw them to the tight end, McCrary.
Gain of 11 yards.
And an injured Eagle player, that's Roynell Young, the rookie cornerback. So we'll return to San Diego Stadium after this word from your local station. All right. Now let's get straight on that passing record by Dan Fouts. The record is 6 in a season which he's tied today. 6. He's held it, and Namath back in '67. And we check this all officially. There he is, Fouts, who today has thrown for over 300 yards for the 6th time this year, which ties the NFL record. Now imagine, let's see, he has 3 games left. He may do it again, Hank. Maybe all 3 games.
That's exactly right. The way he throws the football, he's over the talking now to the offensive coaches. They call the plays from the sidelines. They send in signals. They have 3 different people sending in those signals, and they change off by the quarters.
There goes Roynell Young off.
He's a terrific young player.
Oh, boy, I like him. Roynell Young.
6'1", 181, a rookie from Alcorn State. And he's from New Orleans.
You can't miss on your #1 picks the way they're diluted now among so many teams. And the Eagles have had great picks. How about the Chargers coming up with Kellen Winslow last year for their #1 pick?
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for this team, the way they throw the football, and he gives them a dimension that most teams do not have. Somebody's going to go in motion. There's Joyner.
3rd down and 7 for the Chargers. And the receiver fell down. Joyner fell down at the 15. I don't see any flags. This will bring 4th, 7. Let's take a look at next week's game. Boy, they've got some beauties lined up. Look at those first games of the doubleheader. Atlanta and the Eagles. Atlanta won today. They're still in first place in the Western Division. The Rams are beating the Jets. Buffalo got dumped. The Rams are playing at Buffalo. Then the late game will be Dallas at Oakland. Can't ask for a better lineup than that on CBS. Here's a field goal by Bernuska. And Bernuska has kicked his 3rd field goal of the game. 41-yarder. So we'll be back to the score now. San Diego 22 and the Eagles 7. Chargers, Bernuska will kick off. He now has 96 points this year. Bernuska has 3 field goals in this game. That's bouncing to the 12-yard line to Campfield. Comes up to the 20, to the 30, and then suddenly is tripped up by number 84 for the Chargers. Ron Smith, the wide receiver, got underneath him. There's the story of the scoring drive. 9 plays, 46 yards. Capped off by Bernuska's field goal. On the 37-yard line, the Eagles trailing by 15 points. They have scored the only touchdown of the second half. They were behind 19-0 at halftime. Jaworski rolling out, being chased. And it's still good to Carmichael. Mike Fuller was there to jam him up at the sideline.
And Gary Johnson, that was a bootleg. They faked the sweep. They've been running so many sweeps. They fake it on first down, which is an excellent play. Well, look at Johnson in hot pursuit. Throws the ball on the outside. Really should have been caught. Carmichael had a good chance to make the play.
Carmichael is out. Rodney Parker replaces him. Carmichael may have been shaken up. Second down, 10. The Eagles from their 37. They have him. Big rush in there by Gary Johnson. Sack number 6 by the Chargers. 6 of them. The Eagles had 8 last week against the Raiders. Oh, he just went in there like he was shot out of a cannon, Hank.
Yes, he looked like he was in the Philadelphia Eagle huddle that time. He knew the snap count, got a good jump, had no pressure whatsoever from the offensive left guard, Petey Perot, and he makes another sack.
A loss of 12, 3rd and 22 for Philadelphia. A lot of sacks against the #1 defensive club in the league. And the Eagles have called timeout again. They have only 1 left in the game. 1 left for Philadelphia. Wonder what that's about. 12 minutes to play. 3rd and 22 coming up. We're going to be back here from San Diego Stadium with the score: San Diego 22 and Philadelphia 7. There's the time remaining in the game, 12 minutes. 22-7, San Diego, and the Eagles are faced with a 3rd and 22.
They probably should try to throw to the backs, although the outside receivers are pretty loose.
Luther Blues in there now, reserve receiver. He tosses it. Montgomery goes down on the 31-yard line. He's hit down there by number 48, Jerome Dove, the cornerback. Way short of the first down. 4th and 16.
If you watch that kind of a play, Kurt, people watching the game might say, gee, why did he throw to the back? Had no chance to make the first down. But the thinking on that kind of a play is that, you know, if you give it to Montgomery, he might run all the way for the first down, just like he did the last time.
Look at that. The Rams rolling by the Jets now. 31-13. Rudiger's kick. Mike Fuller watched it hit on the 30, tumbled to the 15. It is going to be dead on the 13-yard line, where San Diego will have the ball. Rudiger has kicked very well in this game, Hank.
He certainly has. He's an excellent kicker. And played his collegiate football at South Carolina.
Time out again, and it's still the Chargers on top by 15. San Diego fans on their feet, spontaneously cheering their club. They've finally got a winner here in the last 2 or 3 years, and the Chargers fans are back with them. What's the old gag? We're with you wintertime.
That's right.
First down. Chargers in their 13.
Something to Muncie over here to the right side.
There's Muncie fumbles the ball. Muncie fumbles. And who has it?
Number 47, Chuck Muncie. Fumble on the play.
Eagles looks like they're...
Philadelphia recovers. I don't believe he ever had the ball.
I don't think he did either. Here you see him taking a jab step to the right. The ball was a little bit low, and he never had possession at all. It should be right at the numbers. It was a little bit low, and the responsibility of making sure that the back gets the ball properly is always a quarterback's responsibility.
John Bunning recovered. 3rd turnover for the Chargers, 1 for the Eagles. Chargers have had 6 sacks in the game, and the Eagles 2. All right, a big break for the Eagles now.
See if they run right.
22-7.
Here they go. Play action pass that way again.
He throws it out. There's Krefli. Touchdown! Krefli for the score. The tight end, number 84. And the Eagles strike quickly, taking advantage of the opportunity. They may have quite a wrap-up here, Hank.
Nice looking sequence. They run outside so much on first down. Play action. Krefli is wide open. Throws the ball over the top. Jaworski puts it right there where it has to be. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
They score with 11:02 to play.
Guarantee, as we talked earlier, this Philadelphia team's going to fight you right to the very end. And this game is a long way from being over with 11:02 left in the contest.
All right, we'll have the attempted kick by Tony Franklin. The Eagles have scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. Chargers have been held to a field goal. The kick is up. Now it is 22-14. You want to see a beautifully executed play. Watch this one.
Yeah, they set up the sweep. Good faking with the ball. Throws outside to Krefle, who breaks open. The ball is thrown right in stride, perfectly thrown. Nice catch, touchdown, Philadelphia. 22-14.
That's his 4th touchdown of the year. Tonight on CBS starts with 60 minutes. Then, on One Day at a Time, Ann is ready to blow up when she's expected to babysit while she works at her new job. It's all tonight on CBS. When you're sitting on top of the lead like that and cough the ball up deep in your own territory, well, that sometimes can suddenly turn everything around. He's worried. He's always worried anyway. He could have a 50-point lead and he'd be worried.
And the way this game has gone, we talked about it earlier, the one way to get back into the game for Philadelphia was to do some kind of a big play with their defense or specialty teams. They got one on a punt, and they got one on the fumble recovery, and that's what they have to do to get back into this football game.
Ron Smith is in the middle of the receiving tandem. Franklin's kick. It is handled on the 8-yard line. He stepped out of bounds. He stepped out on the 9. A poor play. He shouldn't have tried to get that ball jammed up against the sideline. And yes, he stepped right on the white there.
Yes, he did with his left foot.
Bernard Jackson. He's got to be unhappy with himself, Hank.
Yes, he was so involved in trying to look upfield for the coverage and where to run that he didn't know fully where he was and stepped on the chalk.
Now San Diego has fumbled the ball away, and now they've taken a kickoff and stepped out of bounds. That's the San Diego bench working with somebody down there. They can't afford another mistake here deep. Off to Clarence Williams. He's to the 10-yard line. That's all against the aroused Eagles. Harrison and LeMaster on the stop at the 10. That was Leroy Jones, the defensive left end. I didn't have a chance to see his number there. There he is, Leroy Jones. One of that tremendous front four of the Chargers. Second down, 9. The score is now 22-14. San Diego. The Eagles will try and contain him, get the ball back in good operating position.
Here comes somebody in motion here at Jefferson. Here he comes.
Ball! Bounce! Stopped at the 9, and San Diego's murdering themselves now with mistakes. Bill Berge hit him there.
I think that's the 4th bad exchange that we've seen in this game so far, isn't it, Kurt? 4. There he is. It looks like he backed away too soon. Didn't get possession from the quarterback. And he very, very luckily was able to recover his own fumble.
Coryell would be up in the top row of the bleachers if they'd have fumbled that one away again. 3rd and 10 for the Chargers from the 10-yard line. Williams is out. They got those receivers spread all over the field. No running back. He'll throw for the first down. And he throws it out. He has Jefferson open. There's a flag down. Jefferson has it at the 21, but they dropped the flag. Blackmore made the hit on him. This may be against San Diego. It is holding against San Diego. They get the first down wiped out. Fumbles, dumb plays, and now a penalty. And the Chargers are digging themselves into deep trouble. There's the time remaining. A long way to go in this game. Put the ball back on the 5.
Holding. Offense. Number 66. 3rd down.
Billy Shields, the left tackle, held. 3rd down and 15 for San Diego. Looks like a 3-man rush, Hank. Eagles have penalized very little. The Chargers 8 times. Lawrence Williams is a setback. give it to Williams. He's going nowhere. They'll have to punt the ball. They'll be on their 8-yard line with a 4th and 12. Here's Partridge in the punt. The Eagles don't mess up the return. The Eagles will have great field position.
Yeah, they really should have good field position after this exchange.
There is John Shara. Doing the punting, Rick Partridge. And he has a beautiful kick. Shara backpedaling, takes it on, fumbles it, now falls on it on his 43. That was a great kick by Partridge. Line of scrimmage 8, 42 upfield 7, 49-yard kick from scrimmage, no return.
Shira really showed a lot of poise that time. He just fell on the ball, which is very wise, instead of trying to pick it up and run with it.
Time remaining, 8:50. A story of two halves. The Chargers won the first half, 19-0. The Eagles have won the second half, 14-3. We'll see who wins the game. Are the Eagles too late? We'll have to find out here in the next 8 minutes, 50 seconds.
They've been taking a sweep and throwing play-action passes from this formation. They might come outside this time with a sweep instead of the play-action. Let's see what they do. No, play-action again.
Throws it. Smith has the ball, and he's out of bounds for a first down on the 39-yard line of the Eagles. They're trying to get an extra half-yard out of it. Have they called it a completion? The players are staying back at the line of scrimmage.
Looks
Is
like
there a flag down? I don't see the
no,
flag.
I think he thought he was out of bounds, evidently, when he made the catch.
One of
Something,
them
I don't
called
know.
the
Let's see.
catch.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. There we see it again on the pre-play, over the top. Makes the catch. Very, very close, but it looks like he does have his foot on the on the sideline.
One official called it complete. The other overruled him with a better position. This is proper. Second down, 10. Eagles from their 42-yard line. And Jaworski throws on the run, and it's a grab. What a catch by Krefli. Oh, he's excellent on those diving low catches.
I tell you, he doesn't have great speed, but he's got a great heart. Terrific effort. That was a big play.
Twice he's done that, Henry.
And Jaworski that time was in the soup back there. Looked like he was in trouble. Jumped up into the pocket, threw the ball low. Krefli makes a diving catch. Fantastic play to keep the drive alive.
Now the Eagles are on the San Diego 42. Krefli shaken up. The score is 22-14.
Sometimes when you make a diving catch like that, you wind up falling on the ball, knocks the wind out of you. That might have happened on the play. Great play by Jaworski. Scrambles nicely. There you see him making the low catch. Yeah, and he fell right on the football, and that happens a lot of the times. He didn't get hurt badly. He'd be back in.
Probably landed there. The ball drove into his diaphragm, knocked him out of breath. He's going off the field all right. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety in the East, immediately following the game at its normal time here on the West Coast. First down, Eagles on the San Diego 42, 8:17 to play. The Eagles are trailing by 8 points. They were behind 19-0. Out to Montgomery, first down. Montgomery up into the 29.
Flag down on the play.
They bring it back. Montgomery limping around. Louis Giamona comes in. We'll see what that flag was about.
Nice looking play action fake. Looks like it might be holding.
Montgomery doesn't look too well when he hobbled off.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. First down.
I don't have a 78 in there, I don't think. Well, if it is, it's Hairston. He's on the defense. got the wrong number. 1st and 20. The Eagles on their 48-yard line, trailing 22-14. Leroy Harris over the 50 to the 49. San Diego, a gain of 3. 2nd down, 17. Jim Laslovic. Laslovic made the stop. There's the time moving away on the Eagles. They're fighting the Chargers, fighting the Chargers. They've held the Chargers without a touchdown in the 2nd half while scoring 2 themselves. The Chargers got 10 points in the 1st period. Giamone and Harris is out. Jaworski throwing. Presley's back in the game, and he's to the 40-yard line of the Chargers. A 9-yard gain.
They're so concerned about the outside receivers, talking about San Diego, that the tight end and the backs are the people that should be open, and they are. Jaworski is reading the coverages terrifically well, gets the ball inside on a delay pattern to Krefli, who makes the catch, hangs on to the ball nicely, and moves the ball in the field. Now it's 3rd and 8.
That's Krefli going off again. 3rd down, 8. Philadelphia on the San Diego 40. Crowd coming to its feet. One of the backs. That's Canfield. 1st down, Billy Canfield. The 31-yard line. Woodrow Lowe, the right linebacker, brought him down, but too late to avert the 1st down.
We just got through talking about that's what they get, the back, and that's what he read perfectly. Canfield makes the catch just enough, fights for the extra yardage, and gets the 1st down.
That's the old gag, take what they give you.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Can't get it outside. You're being double-teamed outside, the wide receivers. So down the middle they go to the tight end and the 2 backs. Montgomery back in. 1st down, Eagles on the San Diego 31. The Eagles have dominated the 2nd half. Jaworski to Montgomery. Out. Three-yard gain, stop the clock, 5:33 to play. The clock's still going. 2nd down, 7. 50 minutes will be seen in its entirety in the East and the West at its normal time.
You know, I don't know why they wait till 3rd and long to throw the ball to the backs like they have. They could do it on early downs and pick up a lot of yardage, Kurt, because they're still playing the same coverages. Worried about the outside receivers.
Time is down to 5 minutes to play. 5 minutes to play.
Smith hadn't had a ball thrown to him all afternoon.
2nd down, 7. Couple of yards. That's all for Wilbert Montgomery. On the 27-yard line. On the 27 steps.
Here's the backs again. It should be something to the backs, unless they blow the coverage. Blitz.
Good catch for a 1st down. 13-yard line. Rodney Parker, a first-year man out of Tennessee State, caught that one.
Boy, give Jaworski a lot of credit. That time they faked the normal coverage and blitz. There you see 59 coming in. He saw what had to happen. Threw the ball one-on-one downfield. A beautiful catch by Rodney Parker.
Big upset, Hank, at San Francisco. The 49ers dumped New England, 21-17. New England had a chance to tie for the lead because Buffalo lost today. On 1st down, Montgomery rides it to the 10 and bangs his way backwards. He got to the 10 and went back to the 11. 2-yard gain for him. 2nd and 8. Chargers have toughened up outside. Dick Vermeil. There's the San Diego Charger bench. Jaworski has 19 out of 29, 189 yards. They had only 35 yards passing in the 1st half. They've come to life with the passing game. Touchdown! Wilbert Montgomery has it. And the Eagles are right back in. That's their 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half. What a comeback by Philadelphia.
A play action pass. This time they deliver the ball to the backs in a different way, to the fullback, and send Montgomery right down the seam on a linebacker. He makes the catch. Beautiful play. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, they score with 2:50 to go. It is now 22-20. Tony Franklin likes this kind of climate. Better than the snow and ice somewhere with that barefoot. 80 degrees today at game time. And his kick is up, and we've got a one-point ball game. A 19-0 game at halftime is now a one-point game. And Hank Stram has been pointing out to you, this is the most disciplined team we've seen all year. They never lose their cool. They're very consistent. They have 3-hour practice sessions. They practice the longest of any club in the league. And that kind of leadership, they're tough. They're tough.
You talk a lot about.
Let's get our credits in here first.
There we go. Executive producer Charles H. Milton III.
Did that very well. Howard Reichsnyder is the producer. And our director is Bob Fishman. Some of the rest of the crew have done an outstanding job here covering this game. Two of the top teams in the National Football League. Looked like it could be a one-sided game, but the Eagles hung in. And this one has been as advertised.
You know, you hear coaches talk a lot about character. You saw a great expression of character here this afternoon. When you talk about character, you talk about a team that, even though they're down, they keep hanging in there. They still fight. They still try to make something happen. They still try to the very last minute to get back in a ball game and win it. And that's exactly what you talk about when you talk about the character of a football team, which Philadelphia has expressed so vividly here today.
They kick it deep. The Chargers had 9 men up. Ron Smith on the 5 nearly stepped out of bounds. They're going after him. They've got him. The Chargers have poor field position again. And what a play that time by the Eagles. Stan Wagner from Wisconsin. Boy, he shot down that field and hit him and brought him down. And the Chargers again are in trouble. Watch this coverage of the kickoff.
Watch him fly in here and make this play. There you see it.
Shira. 42 right behind him. I saw 42 get up. It's Shira who made that play. Nobody wanted him, especially since Vermeil. Vermeil knew what kind of heart he had when he had him at UCLA. First down. Chargers on their 6-yard line. Williams. And they gang up and stop him on the 8-yard line by Bill Borghi. Cleveland Browns defeated Houston 17-14. The Browns have sole possession of first place now in that division. There's a scoring drive by the Eagles. 10 plays, 58 yards, 6 minutes. Quite a long drive for them. They wish it had been shorter. Second down 8. The Chargers are letting the clock run down to the 2-minute warning. Fouts is already starting to the sideline. Remember, the Eagles have only 1 timeout left. They took 2 timeouts, one in the third quarter and one early in the fourth period. Now we're going to be back to this 1-point game here in San Diego Stadium. There it is, 22-21. That's the lineup, the big doubleheader on CBS next Sunday. Atlanta and these Eagles, or Los Angeles against Buffalo in the first game, and Dallas versus Oakland in the nightcap. Right now we got a 2nd and 8 for San Diego from their 8-yard line. They've been back within their 15-yard line the last 3 times they've had the ball. They passed the ball. Winslow. Kellen Winslow.
Boy, you have to have a lot of confidence in your passing game with a ball like that down in that part of the field, but they have it. And Winslow is again the key. Puts it right on the money. Beautiful catch. First down, San Diego.
And an important first down. That clock is moving. There it is. Approaching a minute and a half to go. The Eagles are sort of in a helpless position. They have only 1 timeout left. Chuck Muncy's out. Greg McCrary is in, another tight end. They're just trying to freeze it away. They've lost the ball in a fumble. They ran a kickoff out of bounds on their own 9. And they started this series on their own 6. Williams, he's piled up with the 19. Chargers ahead by 1 point. Bill Berge made that stop. Now it's down to 1:05. Timeout Eagles. I think they'd like to have those 2 timeouts back again they took earlier in the half.
Yeah, but had they not taken them, they might have not scored the touchdowns like they did. So it's hard to look back, Kurt.
Yeah. In other words, they were calling those timeouts to sort of regroup. They were probably in a muddle in the huddle and get themselves together.
Exactly what happened. And at the time, it looked like it was a wise thing to do. You always hate to give them up, but you have to do first things first. And they did an excellent job, I thought, at the time.
I want to thank the assistants in the booth today. Bob Sexton. For years, he and I worked together here in San Diego, first old Balboa Stadium, and now here. Bob, it's been so long that he has 2 grown sons up here looking at the game, and his other son Dan with us, and statistics by Bob Kimball. All right, there's Jaworski, number 7. He was knocked out of the game, but he came back, and he's played with some real cool in the second half. He's guided the Eagles right back in it. They were trailing 19-0 at halftime. Unless the Eagles rally, they'll have lost their 2nd game of the year, and their 8-game winning streak will be over. San Diego, if they hold on, will be in first place in their division with 9 wins and 4 losses. Oakland is 8-4, and they play Denver tomorrow night. Muncie's back in the game. 2nd down, 9. Bounce on the ball. What can you do here? This will bring up a 3rd down.
They're just going to let it run out.
Oh, yeah, they'll let it
No
run
more
out.
timeouts for Philadelphia.
This is what you call hanging on by your fingernails for the Chargers. They really won the first half going away, but the Eagles won the second half, but they're going to be 1 point too short. Up come the Chargers. Bounce is asking them to quiet down. All they have to do is freeze away the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and they still have 5 seconds to snap the ball.
Flag is down to stop the clock. 21 seconds to go. Offside. Eagles. Dan Fouts walking up, making his decision.
Doesn't make any difference. The game is over.
Right.
Defense, offside, 3rd down.
3rd down. They move the ball to the 22 of the Chargers. All they have to do is Fouts fall on it again, and that's it. Not a pretty way to wind it up with a victory, but hey, they'll take it. Fouts on the ball. Now watch the time run out. Eagles out of timeouts. Nothing they can do. Dick Vermeer says, well, we gave them our best. And they did in the second half.
You have to give them a lot of credit for the way they came back after being 19-0, come back and almost take it away. Great effort on the part of the Philadelphia Eagles, and an excellent performance here by the San Diego Chargers.
Well, there it is. The final score, San Diego 22 and Philadelphia 21. Kurt Gowdy and Hank Schramm, thank you for looking on. The NFL on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.